This right here, be future. Come around wrong, we gon' shoot you. It's all respect, I restored my pension, now I'm glowing like a lamp. We the village, we the camp, we go hard, yes I stamp this beat, that vision view, flow as we move, and we work, make it shake, bake the cake, he needs some milk and cornflakes. I'm on, but I'm not Drake, I'm Camaro, never fake, Mr. 7 still trucking, while the haters still bucking. I be on my way to something, while you lanes be on nothing, y'all be bluffing. I'm the flame, I'm the heat, I'm the sizzle in the oven. Me, I clean my plate every time that I'm grubbing. Wipe the gravy with my biscuits, so take a look before you miss it.
What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Black Air Force energy.
Mr. 7 on the jacket, sharp tongue, I digress. My mic is muted in the system, still they feel me through the stress. Never turn my back on family, on the ones that held me close. I was standing in the crossfire, turn that pressure into growth. You can change the way you move, I won't bend to every trend. Took a hit, kept on pushing, wiped the blood, grabbed the pen. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Yeah. I took a hit, kept on pushing, made the doubt disappear. Never turn my back on those I love, that's etched in my skin. You can change, but I won't, I don't fold, I begin. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Hey, even when my mic is muted, they gon' hear me in the air. Peace sign up, that salute. Third eye, why that view? I was quiet in the room, but my scars all spoke the truth. Did the dirt, did the healing, now I'm guarding what I earned. Every lesson in the ashes, every bridge that had to burn. You can chase a quick image, I just chase a clearer mind. I don't grow into pretending, I grow solid over time, yeah. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Took a hit, kept on pushing, made the doubt disappear. Never turn my back on those I love, that's etched in my skin. You can change, but I won't, I don't fold, I begin. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Even when my mic is muted, they gon' feel me when it's clear.
Let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. My check 1 2. My check 1 2 1 2. Much respect to the family. I do appreciate whoever may be in the building. Y'all just give me 1 second. Let me just check some things very briefly. Let me just hold on, because it's been a second. There we go. Let me get my bearings back again, right? Man, how's everybody doing, man? Respect. Welcome back to another episode of Smitty's Corner, aka Lighthouse_301. I've been taking care of a few things, just taking it easy, cooling, enjoying some good weather, spending time with my family, spending time with my lady, just enjoying life, doing what we're supposed to do as people out here, right? Sometimes you just have to take a second to decompress. Also, I went through a whole strike situation as well. But something is funny, because I was saying to myself, it's funny how I do believe that happened right on time. I didn't like the way it happened. I didn't like the way it happened. Let me get this up. Let me get these headphones on. There we go, right there. I didn't like the way it happened, you know. So basically, in a nutshell, I had caught a strike, you guys. Yeah. YouTube hit me, and they actually put the boy in an actual corner. I was in an actual Smitty's corner, you know. So what happened was I went on ahead and I went live with shout out to my homeboy Stan. Shout out to him. I went live with him and YouTube struck my channel. They hit me. I didn't know that I couldn't go live with the brother, right? They hit me with the whole third party thing, right? So shout out to my man D Rock the Block, but dang it, Jim. You know. So what are we going to be talking about this evening? What are we going to be talking about? You know something? I can't even front y'all. This is one of those discussions where I do kind of wish that my channel, you know, had some people that came to it, you know, but it's all good. We're going to rock it out because this is a very, very, really great discussion that I heard. It hit my timeline today. And I wanted to do a live about it. I actually want to talk about it. So we're going to be talking about the generations. That's right. Like how do we see things today? How do we view it? But we're going to be going at it from the hip hop music perspective. But we're going to be talking about life along with it. So as always, with that being said, I just want to make sure that I give any and everybody who happens to watch this, who happens to maybe afterwards hit the like button, whatever it may be, I just wanted to give you this right here. Okay, now, so let's go ahead and get to it. Shout out to the people in the building. Always as always, Riaz. Much respect to you, Akeem, mashallah. Much respect to you. Who else we got in the building? Hustler, Muscular in the building. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you for sliding by. I would think you would want to hear this considering your generation, sir, and how much you like to make up raps off of the rip. But let's go ahead and let's just get to it, right? So I was listening to this conversation. Now, I'm gonna be real with you, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and just break it on there. Lord Jamar's crazy, and I mean that in a loving way to my brother, right? You know what I'm saying? That dude is something else. Thank you very much, Nancy. I appreciate you. I didn't even have to ask you this time. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead. I want to take this time and I just want to look at this, right? I'm going to go ahead and take some time and pull this video up. We're going to be talking about how we see the value of talent. Let's just take it there. The value of the value of talent. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got. Let me see what the time is right now. The time right now is 7:01 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. I am going to cross my fingers and pray to God that they don't hit me. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, y'all ready? Y'all know how I do. I ain't even gonna hold us. Let's go ahead and get right on to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. Let's listen.
No, not Afro anything.
So
It was Black American music that he was playing.
First of all, shut your ass up. Your punk ass ain't even get up here. So your punk ass ready to sit down. Shut your bitch ass up. Talking about.
I
No.
got
You're
this.
being disrespectful now. For real.
I got this.
Relax, sir. When it's your turn, you'll get your turn.
I'll come back.
Thank you for showing them how to be respectful when you do. It doesn't have to be a fight, guys. We're just debating.
Peace. It's Lord Jamar, brand Nubian, actor, producer, internet personality. Today I'm here with 6 new school hip hop fans.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stand on what they stand on. And I'm gonna stand on this foundational hip hop that we standing on. So let's go. My first claim is that my generation of hip hop was for black people and the community. Your generation of hip hop is for white people and the corporations. Step up. Doing, brother.
Mr. Jamar?
Now, in my day, you would never have a black artist, right, who rhymes like, "Oh my God, I'm so sad. I love you and I..." Like, that's some trying to cater to white people shit. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna go back.
I'm gonna say this first. I don't believe that it's necessarily the caterance to white people necessarily. I would just say that's just the results of no effort. That's the results of no effort. But let's go ahead and keep on listening. If it's enough people in the building, I'll go ahead and drop the link in a little bit, and folks, we can all go ahead and talk about it. But let's see what we got.
To your claim about corporations and back in your day with the fans, it seems like you are forgetting the DJ. It seems like you're forgetting the payola aspect of the radio station. So corporations, I don't know if I'm sure you remember Clear Channel. Clear Channel, now iHeart, used to run the radio station. So payola was a big thing.
You're not going back far enough, sir.
You had to pay the DJs.
The DJs didn't start on the radio. The DJ started in the street.
In the street.
I'm talking about original hip hop here.
So you go back to the 70s, early 80s.
Early 80s.
Even then.
It wasn't about
even
payola.
Then, you had to pay the DJ. You had to convince the DJ had to be your friend. If he wasn't your friend, you had to convince him to play your record.
Yes.
The DJ wasn't playing your record. Nobody heard your record
because
you were irrelevant.
The influencer.
But
he was the influencer, not the corporations, not the algorithm. No, it's not the same concept. No.
But wait, hold on,
because this is the actual people who are part of the culture. These DJs also used to be in hip hop groups and all that type of shit. Grandmaster Flash was in a hip hop group, ended up making records and all this type of shit. Fucking Al Schmeitelstein, who owns whatever record label, he ain't part of this culture. He's not making records and all that type of stuff. But he's commanding, he's deciding what goes.
Now, this is all right. So look, this is what I will say. What I do, all right. So I ain't gonna lie. Okay, score one for the new generation. All right. So let's just go ahead real quick. Score one for the new generation. The reason why I say that, although I'm not of the new generation, I'm of the originals of it, right? As far as when it's all really kicked off. The thing is that he's absolutely right. Now, I can tell you right now, I remember taking my music to my local radio stations, and because the A&R by themselves decided whether or not my song was played. I made 5 attempts. I only got my song played and I actually had my song. It was played on the local radio station where I'm from. And it was, and they gave me about a 3-round spin. They gave me a 3-round spin. They played it like 3 times, and then, it was out of there. But my point is that the young blood is absolutely correct. Do you know where I got most of my actual recognition for being able to rhyme? I got that from the people. I got that from like sessions, like being at the local park with my homies, going to parties, going to rap battle sessions in my neighborhood. I used to do stuff like that. Like we really used to organize that. We just didn't record everything. I absolutely wish I did now that I look back on it, man. I never saw myself doing content creation and doing what I'm doing now. If only I was able to foresee that. It is so much I would have got on tape. But let's go ahead and keep on rocking out.
Back then, those DJs who were part of the culture, from the culture, decided what was hot, or they didn't necessarily decide, but they said, here, this is what I think is hot. Do you think it's hot too? And we would listen to it and say yay or nay. Now, certain things are shoved down your throat algorithmically because if it doesn't make money, or, it doesn't get enough ads and all that type of stuff. It's a corporate type of structure we're dealing with, as opposed to a organic,
The true essence. I got you, Lord Jamar, and I know exactly where he's going with that. What he's speaking about primarily, from what I'm hearing, I'm just going off of my eardrums, right? What I'm hearing is that is true. I do remember the days where, man, we didn't want to hear you if you did not have really something to say. If you were a singer, if you really didn't actually have a voice, I mean, I ain't cool. If you are folks, will support you because you are folks, but we know the truth when it comes to like it actually extending, right? We know it's limited. And then we also know we also knew those of us, you just got it. And the thing about it is that it wasn't based off of any of that. That's why even down to if you go back in the days, a lot of our greatest artists, they didn't look so hot on them blocks. They was looking kind of scruffy, baggy clothes, everything, right? Like they didn't look as fancy as rappers and artists do today. So I must have to say on this one, score one for the old school, score one for Team X. You know what I'm saying? Team Millennial. That's me right there, Team Millennial. But let's keep on rocking out because this is dope as shit. This was a great conversation. Let's keep listening.
Just something
With a
organic,
grassroots
natural thing.
But here's the thing. The concepts are still the same. Whether you want to name it
What do you
corporate
mean
or name it,
concepts?
I'm
What
gonna
do you
break it
mean
down.
by
Let
the
me break it down
concepts?
for you. Just like I just mentioned, the DJ. The DJ was the corporation. The thing is that even the DJ, if a DJ, like for you, for example, your guy like Grand Pooba.
The DJ was not the corporation. The DJ was under the restrictions of the corporation. The corporation told all the DJs what we want and what we don't, when we want it and when we don't. Let's go.
Was in brand Nubian with you.
Mhm.
If you got a record and Grand Pooba is a DJ, you his guy, he gonna play your record. You his guy, you his friend, he gonna play your record over. He ain't gonna just play it one time.
Not if it's
everybody
whack, though.
say it don't matter what it is.
No. See, that's the thing. That was the difference. That was the difference also.
Who says it's
and
whack?
that will get to my one of my other points also. But the DJ, he's not going to risk his reputation, right? Even if it's his man. If I bring him something that's whack, because back in the days, you could bring what's called an acetate. That's like a test pressing, right?
Mhm.
You bring that straight up to the record to the radio station,
Mhm.
Red Alert or one of these type of dudes, right? But Red Alert would put it on real quick and listen to it real quick. And if he didn't hear something that made him feel like he wanted to play it, I don't give a fuck if that's your man or not. He wasn't playing it.
But what I'm saying, the concept is still the same even now.
No, the concept is not the same.
Now, that's why I say, that's why I say score one for the new generation. That, to me, listen, I need y'all to think about something. You may possibly got a hit record. Do you know how many times somebody was turned down by that one person, then turned around, went somewhere else, and then just blew the F up? And that very person who turned it down was like, God dang it. And I had that in the palm of my hands. Right. So that's what I'm saying by I still got to give it to score one for the new generation. Let's keep going.
No. Here's the thing. Because the quality control is gone now, because nobody's listening to it for the quality. The quality doesn't matter. If it has enough numbers, if enough people are following this, if they gave me enough money to play it, I'm playing
My
it.
brother in Christ.
No, that is a fact. Now I give it to Lord Jamar on that one right there. We even see that. Let's just take something as small as the internet shows and spaces. For the most part, it's about just if like people like you and if you have the right numbers. There are many times where there are dope discussions going on, but nobody wants to be a part of it because, it's not the cool place to be. So I definitely know what that's about because I've seen it. I've looked around and I've seen how this whole thing plays out. So I got to give them that. It is about the numbers. It is about the floss and the flash of it. Let's go.
That is quality control.
No, that is not quality control.
You have grassroots. Like, it's songs that have blown up just off TikTok. People make reels to it. People hear it. Oh, that's dope. And they go. So you got somebody like LaRussell. LaRussell out in the Bay Area, he doing his own thing. He grew grassroots, doing his own thing. You got Lareezy in Louisiana. You got people that's growing their grassroots things on the internet because people hear it, they feed it to the people, and the people are saying they like it, as opposed to giving it to one person, Red Alert. He listened to it, he like, nah.
No, you're not giving it to one person.
It don't go.
First of all, you wasn't giving it to one person.
Or just what I'm saying is the DJs were the gatekeepers. Now the gatekeeper aspect has been torn off because you have the internet. I can just put it on like a do.
But see, no.
Like I'm gonna give you a great example.
You still have.
He's right though. He's right. I do actually appreciate the aspect of now. You do not have to go through the radio stations to get your music played out there. You literally can just do the right post and you'll blow up. If the right amount of people hear it and it gets to going, because the fact is it's about what the people want, right? So man, he got a point there. I can't say nothing to that.
Gatekeepers.
No, gatekeepers are what it's going to be, period.
Bro,
you can't get past a gatekeeper.
But who is the gatekeeper? And that's the difference. The gatekeeper was the people before. No. Now it's the corporations.
No. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a great example of a worldwide artist that's huge. It's not, he's hip hop adjacent, but you got The Weeknd. The Weeknd blew up. He came out with House of Balloons, Thursday, Echoes of Silence, 3 mixtapes.
We're talking about hip hop here.
But I'm talking about the concept. The concept, it was all independent. He put it out. He had a whole marketing rollout on his own, and he blew up off of it. Now he's huge. But what I'm saying is the people
now he's corporate.
The people decided he was dope. Like I heard him. I told all my friends, like, yo, this dude is hot. He gonna be the next one. And he blew up. That's what you got now because you got the internet. Back then, you had gatekeepers through the DJs and then into the radio station. It's the same concept. It's not gonna change.
It's not the same concept.
I'm gonna tell you what your lament, what you're groaning about is the corporation and the money aspect. And the thing is hip hop is worldwide. I just got back from Taiwan and people will stop me in the street to take pictures and all types of stuff and like, oh, you play basketball, you rap. Oh, because I represent hip hop because I'm a black man. I was just a soul.
First of all, I'm not groaning about anything. I'm just making knowledge born. I'm making knowledge known.
Come on,
okay?
Man, it's money. You talking about the money aspect.
No, it's not. It's not about the money aspect.
Both sides. Now, I'm gonna just say that both sides right now, both sides are making awesome points. Both sides are. Now, just for me to be safe, right? Y'all just bear with me, man. Just for me to be safe real quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do this little quick commercial break just to go ahead and break the video up because I don't want to play with these people too much. We will be right back in a couple of seconds. Let's rock out.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Oh, shut your ass up. Your punk ass ain't even get up here. Till your punk ass ready to sit down. Shut your bitch ass up. Fuck you talking about?
Times change. That's what happens when you have a great product. It spreads around. That's just the life. When you have a great product and people talk about it, people want to make money behind it. I would argue that the artists today who are catering to the corporate, they're not catering to the corporate, they're catering to the fans and they're making music that the fans want to listen to. That's how they get money. If they don't cater to the algorithm or
I disagree with that. Shout out to the Realest Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe, man. The brother got some great content going on. Make sure that you support your own because we all we got. I'm gonna say this. I disagree because I remember a time where when you would turn on the radio station as an 80s baby growing up in the early 90s, we would have a plethora of different music. I remember turning on the radio station out here where I'm at. We got 95.5, 93.9. So I would turn on 95.9 WPGC. And I remember just like we would go from hearing Bone Thugs and Harmony first of them off. They'll turn right around and play Me and You, Yo Mama Too by Outkast. Turn right around and play a song by Scarface and Tupac, Smile For Me. Then turn right around and play Mary J. Blige. Then turn right around. Like it was a plethora. Now I do believe that we are being force fed like a specific sound. We're like, if they're really catering to the people, then they would know that music is supposed to be the ultimate buffet, right? You know, my lady was even telling me about how they have this thing called silent DJs or something now, where like you literally go into a club and everybody gets headphones. I don't know. I mean, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You get headphones and everybody gets to hear their own song. So everybody dancing. You may got one person just slow dancing in the corner because they listening to something slow. You got another person just going off, and you see what I'm saying? What did you say? They are trying to ruin the vibrations of people. You know what? I believe that, bruh. But let's listen a little bit more and see what we got on this. But you got a very, very awesome point right there. And if you guys stick around, I'm going to let this play a little bit through, just to let us get a feel for it. If anybody chooses to come up, cool. But if not, at least for me, you can smash the like button and you can just converse with me in the chat. I have no problem with that. Let's keep on rocking out. However you comfortable.
Cater to what's hot. They would just be making music for their friends and family and not have a living. So what do you suggest artists to do today? Nope.
Here's the thing. I made my statement. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you just agreed with what I said. Okay? I'm right. What the fuck are we talking about?
Also said,
you keep shaking your head. Why don't you sit your ass in the chair?
Said that
I keep seeing your fucking head shaking. Get your ass in the chair.
You also said that, they can just fake the streams. Back in the day, they brought albums. I heard labels would buy.
No,
they did. They did do that.
I'm going pre. That's corporate shit you're talking about.
Stone Age. Before the record sales, Stone Age time.
I'm talking about when hip hop first came onto the stage. Sugar Hill Records, Enjoy Records, Sleeping Bag.
There was no corporate. There was no
corporate
then. So you can't go corporate. Corporate didn't exist. So
first of all, there were record labels. Okay. But it's not about going corporate. Before there was records, we were making tapes.
Yes, and just like how you said with the tapes, let's think about it. Have you guys ever seen that show that comes on TV or at least heard about it? It's a show called Shark Tank. What is the whole premise of that show? You have 5 or 6 big corporate tycoons who sit down and look at people's ID. Now, I heard that they was doing a lot of fraudulent shit, but I ain't, that's allegedly. But that was the whole point of that show. Do you believe that concept, before they actually aired that show and how it's designed, do you think that was an original idea? Do you think that's something that they just started doing? Or do you think that's how the casting couch has always been? What are we talking about? It's always been that way. Some of the smallest inventions was seen by somebody with the money and the resources to fund it, and then it blew up, and now it's a household name. Let's keep on rocking out, people. The time right now is 7:20 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's keep on rocking out.
So hip-hop proliferated by word of mouth. It proliferated by, you had a tape. I said, oh, that tape is dope. Can I tape your tape? And then it would go around.
They would share it. Right?
Yes,
they would share it.
It would share it.
So,
exactly. But think about it. Like, you got the internet now where you could, if you could share one thing and millions of people can hear it immediately. Back then.
No. If the algorithm allows you, see, that's what I'm also peeping. Believe it or not, I would much rather go to the street corner and go ahead and pull out my little karaoke machine and start spitting that way. And I'm saying that in the sense of I would still rather go out and perform. If the algorithm does not want to push you, won't nobody know that you exist. And then you know what happens then? You have to pay the algorithm to push you. Do you know what that feels like to me? It feels like saying, I want to pay you to go ahead and play this song, which Jay-Z did it. He got big off of it. But did he go into there off of the notion of, I'm going to know that my song's just going to hit and you're going to play it? Or did he know, I got to play business? So it is about the business aspect. Let's keep going.
This shit got shared one person at a time, one borough at a time type of shit. Listen what I'm saying. And the type of music that we were making, the type of beats that we were even choosing were the type of music that we thought would impress our peers. You understand?
Facts.
Our immediate peers.
Facts.
And all I'm saying is over time, whatever you want to say about evolution and all of that, that's cool. Like I hear you, but I'm just saying it's changed. And that the themes of what we were talking about were definitely more productive than what the fuck y'all talking about today.
Can you name me an artist that was productive and talk positive? I can't.
Public Enemy.
Creating custom clothing with tap stitch is simple.
He said
Start by
name.
choosing a-
He said name an artist that was talking positively. I'm gonna just go down the top of my head right now, instantly. Lupe Fiasco, Nas, Tupac, okay, Outkast, all right. Like we can go down a line and a list. Mos Def, Common, Talib Kweli, Gangstar. Come on now. Like we can literally go down a line. You say what? Nope. It's always been about the business for Jay. I'm finna finish the house before I pop. Okay, all right, bet. Hey, look. You right here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll drop the link in like about 5 minutes. Just keep on tuning in and yeah, man, you pull up when you want to. I'm telling you, I'll be here at least about a good 2 hours or so. So let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. All right, y'all.
All right.
KRS-One.
That's 2.
Huh?
We got
Brand Nubian. Tribe Called Quest. De La Soul.
Wu-Tang. They're positive?
Yeah.
No, they was not.
Yeah, come on.
Wu-Tang definitely had. See, look, what the younger generation doesn't realize is we would take our pain and put messages in our pain. So you might, on the surface, hear what sounds street or just something gangster, but that's why we call them punchlines and metaphors. For a reason. That's why we call them punchlines, metaphors, and double entendres for a reason. That's why we incorporate that. When you're talking about the lyricism aspect of it, that's why there's always been a difference. And I've even told people that when people be like, oh, you rhyme? Oh, you a rapper? I swear on life, every time to this very day, I always correct people. I say no, because a rapper is empty. As in, think about it, a candy wrapper, right? Once you take the candy out, what's left? The wrapper. That's empty. No, I am a lyricist. I am the actual flavor. Let's keep on rocking out. I swear on mothers, that's what I say. I'm not a rapper. I'm a lyricist.
They were positive?
Yeah, they definitely had positive
who was back then?
Messages in their shit.
Who was from the
Who
old
you
days?
got positive right now?
You got Corday.
Corday.
J. Cole. He's positive.
All you're gonna say is J. Cole.
Who's Corday? Does anybody know Corday? If you're listening and you can type in the chat, who's Corday? Is Corday good?
J.I.D.
Kendrick, and that's about it.
That's
all you got.
There was nobody positive back in the old days. DMX wasn't positive. 50 Cent wasn't positive.
What's so hilarious?
Whoa.
Snoop
When they
Dogg.
say,
Whoa, DMX. That was it, and it got to go down. It's on till it's on, and I got to know now. Stop, man. Do you know how many messages listen, even with the DMX versus Damien, that whole Damien series, bro, that man was speaking about pain from the inside, bro. Like, are you kidding me? There was a positive message in it. And he was speaking about it through the sense of his pain. He gave you positivity through pain. Like, stop playing with me. You got to know how intricately detailed we can be when it comes to this music. Let's go.
Old days,
Niggas with attitude.
DMX.
They wasn't
It's
niggas
the
with kindness.
old days.
They wasn't
That's
niggas
what's so
with
sad.
They wasn't niggas with kindness. They were niggas with attitude, right? Ice-T, cop killer.
He said niggas with kindness.
Oh man, that's
Right,
Woo,
right.
That's a sweet song, cop killer, right? That's sweet song.
that's when hip hop. It's funny that you naming all this shit because that's when hip hop started to go crazy corporate. That's when corporations said, you know what? Instead of selling this conscious music where they're talking shit against us, let's fucking take this music and use it against them. So we see that, hey, somebody like NWA, they're rhyming about, they're saying fuck the police, but they're also talking about shooting niggas and all this type of shit, all this negative shit. Let's push that algorithm. Let's make that more popular. And that's the way corporation and the whole music industry started to change based upon what the corporations now felt wanted to be pushed out there, as opposed to what we were doing organically. See, when I was out, there was all kind of different hip hop. If you wanted to get on some negative shit, you had your negative hip hop. If you wanted to be conscious, you could do that. You had your funny hip hop, fucking Bismarcky and shit like
That's and I was just talking about that. We had a plethora of music to listen to. It wasn't just one.
that. Like you had all different kind of genres that you could go to without having to be bombarded with just basically.
But the one that made the most
big
money
facts.
and was more
I'm
popular.
sorry. Big facts. Let me go over here. Hold on. We got to give it up for Lord Jamar on that one right there.
Was the gangster music.
No, not
That's 'cause of the
necessarily.
people.
And what I'm saying is that happened when the corporations took over, young man.
But not even, but see, even deeper than that, the majority of us, like when we would speak about, like, if you hear anybody like a Scarface and Nas, whoever, yes, we heard some court cases like a Snoop, the Jay-Z, stuff like that, but overall Tupac as well, right? You know what I'm saying? A few others, Shine. But overall, the majority of our artists that we came up to, when they be talking about anything, quote unquote, rabbit ears, gangster, street, whatever, what they talking about past tense. They talking about what they used to do. Why do you think you know what? It just hit me. I swear on Mother's Mo. Thank you, God. It just hit me. Why do you think we actually used to say, man, such and such went radio? You want to know why? Because we would come in the building, we would come on the stage with our rough and tough DMX stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop, all of that. We would come in with something really hard and vicious, but then about an album or two up, now all of a sudden we dancing, we got on silk shirts, we on couches with ladies, we at the beach and shit, we got on open toe sandals, all kinds of shit. Niggas is just like living life. Now I want you to think about it. Let's go ahead and let's transfer that to today. How often do you hear that these artists today actually go radio to the point where the fans don't even like them no more? Because they stay so immersed. My point is, if you think about it, they stay so immersed in what they're doing right now. That's why so many of them are locked up, because they will be talking about open cases while it's still pending. That is totally different than Jay-Z talking about how he used to hustle cocaine. That's totally different. We're talking about stuff that the case is over. We already done did our time. Like, you know, we already done been through the works of it. Now I'm just giving you my story. This is what I come from. This is what I've been through. Y'all be trying to give us the final story while you still in the middle of the book. You still in the middle of your book. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I'm live. Just come on to the crib. I'm live. All right. We will be sitting up here talking about things that were past tense. These guys nowadays, they're talking about things that's going to incriminate them. Why you think Dirk is going through everything he's going through? But let's keep on rocking out. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 7:31 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's keep on rocking out.
I don't believe that. I believe that people love that. I got old people in my family, and
it's not about what you believe. It's about what the facts are, sir.
No one hears and listens to the good guy rappers. Even back in the old days. Even in the old days, my parents are old as hell. They don't like old school, nice hip hop. They like the
big facts. Big facts. Key word out of everything said here, murder was the case that they gave me. Murder was the case that they gave me, right? What is the number one key word? And out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words, what's the number one key word? And that whole thing that was written right there in that one bar, what's the number one word? Was. Past tense. Gave. Past tense. Facts. Not murder is the case that I'm going through. No. Because your lawyer, if smart enough, would tell you, take that song down right now. Okay. I can't represent you with you shooting yourself in the foot. Facts. That is a awesome right there. I like that right there. Murder was the case. Facts. That's how we talk.
Gangsta hip hop. I'm just saying.
Hold up. Commercial. We're going to get right on through that. Don't you worry. Right now. Bye. Let's go.
My next claim is that in my era, hip hop was a talent show. Nowadays, hip hop is a popularity contest. Prove me wrong.
Hi.
Hey, Coco.
What's up?
The head shaker.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick off. You know what I'm saying? Meg, Timu Meg. All right, we got Timu Meg in the building.
You almost messed your hair up, but okay. What's good?
I'm good.
So yes, my era. I'm just gonna reiterate with you.
All right.
I say that my era had more talented artists, more original artists, more lyrical artists, more profound artists. And the way they got on was through displaying their talent. Now it's all about, you don't have to be super dope. Like somebody like a Gucci Mane, he don't, to me, he's not a dope rapper, but he's popular. You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. All right. I want us to also, as people that's like from the East Coast and up north, all of us, East Coast, if you from the East Coast and up north, I want us to get this. Bruh, you got some like tremendously awesome lyricists who are country. Gucci Mane actually had bars. Now, I'm going to tell you the better example if you really want to say Jeezy. Jeezy is nothing but swag. I think Jeezy might have, out of 18 albums, 5 good bars. Out of all 18 albums. You got to find them. They're scattered. They're like needles in a haystack. But he sounds now, mind you, don't get it twisted. I actually rock with, like, if you was to ask me who would I rather listen to over Jeezy and Gucci, I'm gonna tell you Jeezy all day. That's just me. But I can't even take it away from Gucci. Gucci is one of them Southern dudes. He got bars. I'm sorry. Gucci actually be talking that shit. Gucci do be talking that shit. You got a lot of folks from down south. Wayne, that's down south, man. One of the best rapper alive, if you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Down south. Bun B, actually, Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Sweet James Jones. Pimp was more so of the swag. Bun B actually got some lyrics. T.I. down south. Ludacris down south. Rick Ross down south. I can go down. Oh my goodness gracious. Outkast, man. Come on now. No. Bump that. Everybody, you got to give it up real quick for me now. You know what I'm saying? I got to just do this. You know what I'm saying? For my man 3 Stacks. I got to give it up. Like, real talk though. Like, so, I mean, I can go down the list, the line. And I'm missing a whole lot. Trust me, y'all. I know I'm missing a whole lot, but I'm just saying, to make my point, we need to stop thinking just because, you know, we come from like that, you know, lyrical imperial nigga, and then philosophical, dropping the abominable. Like, I get it, bro. Because trust me when I tell you, I am definitely somebody that's on lyrics. Like, that's my whole MO. Is like actually doing lyrics, but I also recognize how it comes in different forms, man. And down south is definitely giving us a beautiful, magnificent intricacy aspect of what it is to be lyrical, just in their own way. So we need to stop acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I can't even get with that. So let's go ahead, keep on going.
Uh-huh.
So you got a lot of people out here who are not as talented, but they're famous because of their popularity. Tell me.
Okay, so first of all, talent is relative. So I feel like it is. So a lot of the artists back then were very ABC, nursery rhyme. They weren't even that talented. Couldn't dance.
What? Back then, wasn't that lyrically talented? Couldn't dance. Have you ever seen a guy called MC Hammer? I'm sorry. Have you ever seen a dude called MC Hammer in his prime? Couldn't dance. We had Michael Jackson. What are you talking about? Couldn't dance. We literally are the founders of putting cardboard on the side of the sidewalk. You serious right now?
Couldn't Wait.
Okay, so hang on a second. ABC. So would you say someone like Rakim was ABC?
No, Rakim was a very good storyteller. So he was a
lyricist.
You know who else was a damn good storyteller, sis? Slick Rick. Slick Rick. Like, what are we doing?
People like Nas, Big Daddy Kane.
Great storyteller. Okay, but look at what we have today. We have rappers who have other talents as well. They produce themselves. They act.
We were doing that too.
They can create their whole own project with very little help from others.
And I got to throw this in too, because I meant to make this point. When we're talking about how the talent has gone down, I meant to make this point. You know where I believe, let's say for R&B, where it really got destroyed. All right. It got destroyed when T-Pain decided to remake what my man from California Love did. That's right. Auto-tunes. Auto-tunes just destroyed it. Auto-tunes made it so you don't actually have to have a voice. I could do auto-tunes right now. I could go ahead and say with my little raspy ass little nasty voice, and I can just put the right auto-tune on it, and I can make a whole hit track. All I got to do is make it catchy enough and have the right beat behind it. That's all I need. That's all I need. But notice nothing I just named in those ingredients had anything to do with real talent. Let's go.
So we have Kanye West. We have Wu-Tang is a little probably in the middle.
Yeah, Wu-Tang is more of my generation.
Okay, but he's still doing stuff with people from our era too.
Yeah, that's okay. But they're still from, I mean, Jay-Z will do something from people from the...
Proving our point even more, that's how relevant and how long of relevancy our people are still able. Do you know how tough it is to be somebody like a LL Cool J? Do you know how tough it is to be somebody like a Snoop Dogg? Like literally, you're still relevant. There have been people, grandkids are looking at you, and those very grandparents grew up to you. That's not easy to do.
Era, but they're still from our era. We're not saying that there aren't some talented people in their era. I'm saying my era was more about talent than it was about popularity as a whole. I'm not saying that y'all
I feel
don't
like
have...
people were popping because they were popular back then. They were on the street freestyling.
They got popular because they were on the street freestyling, and that's how they became popular. If you were on the street freestyling and you was whack, you're not going to become popular. Please, with the theatrics, seriously.
I'm like,
no. You're being disrespectful now, for real.
I got this.
Relax, sir. When it's your fucking turn, you'll get your turn. But she's up here right now, all this hemming and hawing. It's just relax.
Right. So I would say these days, it's not just about popularity, because it can be someone who we don't even know what they look like. If their song goes off from repeated plays, if people just like what they're hearing, then that is talent. That's not popularity. It's talent. So how do you, when the last talent show you went to?
And when you say ABC, y'all got more ABC rappers today.
We did come up to the era of talent. When she said, what was the last talent show? Last time I checked, we had something called Showtime at the Apollo. And do you know what you all did? As time went on, you came out with something called American Idol. Think about it. Let's keep going.
Than we had back when hip hop first started.
It's untraditional rhyme structures. It sounds that we have not heard before. It's mumble rap. It's all these things that Yeah.
mumble rap.
Okay, so
who the fuck?
It's an
You
art
don't even
form.
understand what they're saying, and you
That's
think
good.
it's
Why do we have to?
would
Why do
that
we
be
have to
good?
know?
What
Why
do
do
you
we
mean,
have
why
to
do you have to
know?
know?
Because it's
Because
untraditional. It's
First of all-
different.
Oh,
It's getting people-
hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell!
Going. Yes, say it again. See, that's hard. That's hard. Put a beat to that.
How can I have a conversation if you don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about?
Well, music isn't a
It's re-
conversation.
It
love.
is a
Music
conversation.
is an expression. Music is expression. It's
And
art.
that's where somebody gassed you up with this corporate white fucking idea of what hip hop should be. Oh, it's just a feeling. It's just a vibe. That's not what original fucking hip hop is supposed to be about.
So
it's
who
supposed to
writes
be
the rules,
about
though?
what you're saying. What you're saying matters.
Yes,
And you
as
can't
a-
just
as an
mumble
artist-
your way through a fucking song.
As an artist,
Fucking
you put
ridiculous.
that beat on. You put that beat on, and this is what that artist has to say. This is what they feel like
But
saying.
if he feels like saying nothing, that's okay.
Yeah, why not?
You're obviously older than all of these guys here, so I don't know what your problem is. But anyway,
I'm not as old as you.
huh?
I wasn't born.
I
in
know
that
you
era.
ain't old as me, but you ain't as old as them either, motherfucker.
I know-
You're at least in your 40s.
I know.
You're
all
at
the
least
music.
in your 40s.
I know all the
I
music.
see it.
So your claim is back in the day,
It
more
was
ta-
about a talent. I didn't say, listen, I said it was about a talent show. Listen to what I'm saying. Stop fucking putting words in my mouth. I said
he is so
it's
rude,
about
bruh. He is so rude, bruh. Oh my God. Bruh, just talk to the man. You ain't gotta cuss at him like that.
a talent show, meaning you had to be either a dope DJ or a dope MC. You had to come up in your area and make motherfuckers start talking about you and all of that type of shit to become popular. You couldn't just fucking make a song, post it on YouTube, pay some money to put ads or whatever to boost the popularity to it.
Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe right here to Genesis I Am. Make sure y'all go over there and give her some sugars. Respect. Let's go.
And then become famous off that. Or you couldn't just be a whack rapper, but you had money and shit like that. So people fucked with you. Now I'm talking, I don't know when you're gonna start talking. I'm talking about
I'm listening.
back in the days when this shit started. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you couldn't just have money and fucking just come out and be like, oh, I'm a drug dealer with money. Everybody buy my record. Mm-hmm. Now you can because it's
I ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of what Jay-Z did. Like, I mean, he really did literally just like walk into the radio station. I believe he dumped about 22,000 or something, like a couple, he dumped some racks on the table. He said, play my song. And he kept paying them people to play his song until he got hot. That's literally what Hove did. Like, that's a real story. He talked about it himself.
All about popularity, what you have, and all this type of bullshit.
I run a podcast solo.
Hold up.
No producer, no.
Nope. You ain't running the damn thing over here. We getting ready to run this show right on back to what we talking about.
So the thing is with hip hop and rap, it's gotten so big now that now you're see what you're doing is romanticizing the past. That's what you're doing. So you're looking at the great parts of the past and pointing that out and like trying to lord it over what's now. Now you got a lush garden of music.
That is terrible to say. Let me tell you why. Because nowhere else gets rid of their past in music. You will not hear white people getting rid of Ozzy Osbourne. They will not get rid of Bruce Springsteen and the Police. They will not get rid of REM. They will not get rid of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a host. They will not get rid of Garth Brooks. Like, they're not going to get rid of their own. We're the only ones who keep on saying, how long was that out? Oh man, that came out just last year. That's old. Old? What you mean old? Do you not know? Man. See, that's why we have something called timeless. Timeless. That's why we have something called evergreen. Those are the trees that are green all year round. They don't have a particular season. they got all year, every year, as long as they're around. Let's keep going.
So you mean to tell me a hip, a hop, a hippie to the hip, hip hop, and you won't stop, but rock to the bang, bang, boogie to up, the boogie to the boogie to the boogie to be. You telling me that's some spitting rhyme and some dope rhyming? That's what you telling me.
And you telling me, I don't matter, all the time. You telling me that's as well? Well, first and foremost, you talking about back when it was just coming out. Like, what are we doing right now? But let's keep going.
No, I'm not. What I'm telling you is that was from the people, and it wasn't a corporate. Well, damn, it almost was, to be honest. That particular song almost was, because Sylvia Robinson
them boys
put
stole
that
the
group
song,
together.
actually.
Oh, I know they.
Yeah.
Well, some of them stole the
Yeah,
some of
they
the
stole their
rhymes on
verses,
this.
right?
Right.
That too.
But first of all, I never used Sugar Hill Gang as one of my examples
you
right now.
mentioned Sugar Hill Records earlier.
I said
They were
Sugar
signed-
Hill Records. Yes, I didn't say Sugar Hill Gang. Okay. Also, other people that were on Sugar Hill Records was
I got somebody
Grandmaster
else for
Flash and the Furious Five.
I got somebody else.
Melly Mel is one of the lyricists that, if it wasn't for people like Melly Mel, Kool Mo D, Grandmaster Caz, you wouldn't even have the rappers that you have today, because those dudes took it from that a hip, a hop, the hippie. They took it from that basic bullshit
in your era.
Yes,
that basic bullshit in your era.
Listen,
Continue.
There's always I never said my era was perfect. I never said it was.
What you about to say? There always was.
There's always going to be some bullshit.
Thank you.
There's
That's
always
my
gonna
point.
be some bullshit,
And that's what you're doing.
But no. Here's the thing.
You putting your grace up against our bullshit.
No. Because your whole shit is based on bullshit.
No.
Your whole shit is more.
J. Cole,
you have
Kendrick, Nipsey.
You're naming like 3 people.
That's what I'm
You know how
talking
many
about.
artists is
I ain't gonna lie. I got we can go to Trademark, the Skydiver. We can go to Currency. We can also go to Joyner Lucas. I don't know why nobody names Joyner Lucas. That nigga is a monster when it comes to lyrics, bro. He is an animal.
out there in your generation right now?
It's way more artists now than it was in your generation.
And-
but every one artist that was in your generation
but
is
yet
10
you keep
now.
going back to 3 people. I can name people that was dope
Rhapsody.
in my fucking generation. Rhapsody, but y'all don't fuck with Rhapsody like that. Like, y'all don't buy her records like that. Y'all don't buy her records over fucking NBA YoungBoy or some shit like that. Like, get
I didn't even know that was a artist, Rhapsody. I thought he was talking about Rap City back in the day on BET. I'm tripping.
the fuck out of here.
I mean, 'cause you gotta understand there's a duality in music. When people make music, when you make music for humans have a duality. So there are times, for example, Lord Jamar. There's times Lord Jamar is being on his conscious, just in life.
Yup, and there's times when I love my gangster shit too.
Exactly.
You motherfucking right.
So people gonna make some King Von crazy story, but it also
But see, the King Von
if I'm
shit-
at a party, I don't want to listen to, and God said, I'm at a party, I'm gonna turn up, shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. I want to hear.
And we had that too. And what I'm telling you is our shit was better.
No.
Our shake your ass shit was better than y'all shake that ass.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give it to the new score one for the new generation on that one. Nah, they got that twerking shit down packed. Now look. We had Luke, we had 2 Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? But I came front, bro. Nah, I'm gonna have to give it to the new generation. They be making that thing clizzap. Nah, they got that. Nah, New School got that. Score one for them.
My hands up, drop that booty to the floor.
Fucking ludicrous.
If they didn't
Control it.
master nothing else, they mastered that shit.
That boozy. Like,
I
no.
wanna lay on your head with your toes, and I wanna move from the bed down to the floor.
That's
Come
my
on.
point. You have to say, like, for example, I'm gonna give you a good example. Easy Boys in the Hood ain't nothing but King Von Crazy Story. Same
What?
damn
Can
song.
Can I get an eye opened up? Eat it what for it not what? Come on now. Only if you want it. Yes, I really want it. Only if you want it. Yes, I really want it.
Two different eras. Every song you got in your era, you
I
can
didn't
find
love
that song in
Easy
this
like
era.
that. See, you're Easy E. That's some
your
West
era.
Coast shit.
That's your era.
It doesn't matter. I don't have to own every fucking thing from my era. But here's the
You
thing.
making us own everything from my era?
No. You want to own everything.
Every
from your
single
era.
song
But here's what
you find in your era, you'll
here's
find
what
in
I
this
will
era.
say about an Easy E and all that is that them motherfuckers in the West Coast had to come up the same way that I'm talking about. Is that they had to fucking make some shit that people around they hood, around they area with.
And I apologize for the cussing, y'all. It ain't me, Let's just bear with it. That's just how Lord Jamal crazy ass talk. My bad.
Fucking with before they was able to move on and start making records and get to a level where they could do what the fuck they was doing. They couldn't just circumvent that. Like, you got motherfuckers that make records now that never been outside. Let's keep it real. They never fucking made a. And when I made
facts. Now that's the truth. Now that's a fact.
Say outside, I mean, they never fucking went and did a show in front of anybody. They've been making fucking little records on their phone and shit, rhyming into their fucking phone and fucking Fruity Loops.
Bruh, I remember standing outside at metro stations, passing out my CDs. I remember looking up and going to every local open mic that I possibly can get in the door of during that time period in which I was doing that. I genuinely in my area, not everywhere. I didn't travel, y'all. Again, I was DMV local only, but I was heavy in it. I promise you that. The name Lone Star ring bells, but let's go.
All this fucking bullshit, and then they fucking
you don't like Fruity Loops because it got fruity in the name. That's why you don't like Fruity Loops. That's why you tell the truth. Look, Jamal, I know you don't like Fruity Loops because it got fruity in the name.
I don't like Fruity Loops because it started as a kiddie type of shit. It's developed from there. But anyway,
yeah.
But that's funny. But what I'm saying is,
man,
a lot of
Fruity Loops is not. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I got like 4 different music production softwares. Fruity Loops is absolutely the toughest one to use because you have to make every single sound yourself. It's crazy. So yeah, Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops is like, nah. Then Pro Tools made it a little easier. Now the one that's a lot easier is like Acid Pro. Now, this is the difference in which I'm speaking about. Fruity Loops, say you want to make this sound. You literally have to do. You have to add in every single sound. Then you have other ones, they already have that like sound incorporated and made for you. So Fruity Loops ain't easy to use.
Times they're able to bypass the experience that we were forced to go through, which is to actually get out and be in contact with the people. And that's just kind of a sign of the times we live in.
The internet.
With the social media has made people antisocial. Like, we had to get out there and really fucking be in contact and kiss babies and all that fucking shit in order to do what you now you could be like, on my fucking phone, and I don't have to fucking talk to nobody and deal with nobody, and I could still fucking blow up. Like,
but here's the difference is,
and I can still be popular. I could be a nerd and be popular now.
That's very true. But the thing is that you also got the element. You still have the element that you talk about nowadays. It didn't go away. It just now we've added things because hip hop has grown. We've added fans, we've added cultures, we've added ways to blow up, we've added ways to make money and to actually.
Oh, they about to get into the segment of this that's gonna really get me heated. Let's keep on listening, y'all. They about to take a turn. They about to take a deep turn. Let's listen. And I'm about to really put foots on necks on this part.
Like to build something off of, which you benefit off of.
But have we forgotten where it started? You see, because you can add on to all these things, but it's supposed to be a layer. There's supposed to be a foundation. And it seems like you and a lot of your generation has forgotten. And to the
hold on. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I ain't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Hold on. Let me just pull this back up. I just okay. Apparently they just do that up top.
Of which you fucking think you're.
I guess that's some new YouTube stuff. Okay, that's StreamYard. I ain't know what that was.
Saying you've evolved from.
So before, like I said before, you got hip hop has grown so large. So if you're pointing at the 10% that fit that narrative, you can find that. But the vast majority of people recognize where hip hop has come from, and they built on that, and they recognize it.
I think that's the
So my name's AJ.
AJ,
it's nice to talk to you, sir.
Hey,
We got Trap Lord Ross in the building, y'all. We got Trap Lord Ross in the building.
There's a dope hip hop song from my era called AJ Scratch. You ever heard of it?
I haven't.
You should Google that motherfucker.
All right.
AJ. Yeah, produced by Curtis Blow. Anyway, go ahead.
I want to start with some points of agreement.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
No. I feel like, hip hop started as like a voice for the voiceless, like for the oppressed, like, in the Black community, like you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's become more mainstream, you can argue, as you have, that like the product has been like more diluted, that like it's lost some of its, cultural identity. And
I'm just gonna say it. I hate how the others can come in and see and hear this for what it is. Like why is he giving a better take on our past than our own? Where's the disconnect? That's a whole nother topic. Let's keep going.
Especially with the rise of streaming and the algorithm in recent years, like a lot of that is more, there isn't like a human element to that, especially now when you're adding like AI to it. Like you have like AI on Spotify is like recommending stuff. Like that's crazy to me. And like just as the audience, the consumer base is
Spotify is recommending stuff, and that's AI recommending something.
AI streaming. You could talk about like the impact of some social media. You could talk about the consumer becoming whiter and more corporate, and just like the rise of corporate power in America over the last few decades. 100%. Like we like agree.
Now, I want y'all to also pay attention to that right there, because that's something that I peep too. Like white folks, they love lyrics. As a matter of fact, just to make sure that we keep everything on tune and intact, all right? We're just going to take a very brief lyrical commercial break of one verse, and we're going to get right back to it.
Mr. 7 on the jacket, sharp tongue, I digress. My mic is muted in the system, still they feel me through the stress. Never turn my back on family, on the ones that held me close. I was standing in the crossfire, turn that pressure into growth. You can change the way you move, I won't bend to every trend. Took a hit, kept on pushing, wiped the blood, grabbed the pen. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Yeah. I took a hit, kept on pushing, made the doubt disappear. Never turn my back on those I love, that's etched in my skin. You can change, but I won't, I don't fold, I begin. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Hey, even when my mic is muted, they gon' hear me in the air.
On all that, but I think you'd also have to argue that like there is a positive to hip hop becoming like a global cultural phenomenon at the same time. I mean,
yes,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
You have to say, like for it becoming global, there are places around the world where they have used hip hop as, what it was originally intended for. It's a voice for the voiceless. For example, like, there's a pretty sizable hip hop community in Palestine. I mean, like these are like some of the most oppressed people in the world. they're using hip hop to get their voice out there. I mean, that's the original intent, even if like it has separated from the cultural identity of it starting with Black Americans. It's gone global, and it's like still using what it was originally intended for, to be a voice for the voiceless.
At times, yes.
Okay.
But more times than not, you see, because that's
No. Let me help you out. Trap Lord Ross. You're actually on to something. What it started out as was not a voice for the voiceless. It started out as an outlet for those who needed one. When we would go rhyme and we would write down, it was just like journaling out loud. That was our time to like vent. We would vent while we rhyme, bro. Like we got out frustrations. That was the verbal punching bag. That's why to this day, I say that my pen is my sword and my pad is my shield. It originally started off as, I need to get this out. I don't know really how to express it. Let me do it in a song like a here go. We're not going to go to therapy for this. The therapy is going to be my thoughts, my pen, and my pad, and this beat. Let's get it.
it's kind of anecdotal, but more times than not, it's being used to sell merchandise and, you know, being commercials and stuff like that, or to poison the minds with some bullshit. Like more times than not, it's being used for some sort of corporate, you know, corporate means other than the type of means that you're talking about. For instance, I had a group that I put out back in the days called Dead Prez. You might be.
Yeah, for sure.
Them, right. So when they first came out,
shout out to the Dead Prez. And I didn't know that Lord Jamar was that. I didn't know he was a, you know, founder of that group.
They had we had this tape and they had this one song called Food, Clothing, and Shelter. And when we were looking on the charts of where that shit was charting at, one of the spots around the world was in Serbia. Right. Wow. And there was a fucking war or some shit going on in Serbia at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like a song like Food, Clothes, and Shelter and Happiness and all that type of shit really resonated. So I understand what you're saying about hip hop reaching worldwide, and I'm not opposed to that. I've been all over the world because of hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? And I've been in Germany with all white dudes in the crowd.
Yeah.
That 40 years prior, all of them motherfuckers would have been in the Hitler Youth or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And now they're jumping up and down talking about brand Nubian brand. You know what I mean? Loving Black conscious music.
Yeah. Well, where I would push back though is like talking about, I would separate kind of the blog era, like from like the late like 2000s to like the early 2010s to like now. So like now in the last few years, last like 10 years or so, I'd say there's a lot of what all the problems that we're talking about, streaming becoming like a lot more influential, AI, TikTok, etc. But during the blog era, you know, you had a lot of artists who they put digital mixtapes on the internet.
And guess what, young blood? I remember, if anybody does, there was a black and white commercial. I believe it had DMX, Mary J. Blige, and a few other artists, and they said, stop, what's that? Stop bootlegging or something. Stop streaming our music. This is back when X was still hot. That's how far back that was. So just to make that correction for you, Mr. Trap Lord Ross, actually that has been an issue. That has been an issue. CD sales, we've been talking about CD sales going down because of streaming back when we were still in high school. And I graduated in the class of 2000. Yeah, talk about an ancient relic there, buddy.
And you had like the blogs cover them. They got a lot of buzz from that, and they could like use that leverage before they even got a deal. They built up a fan base on the internet. So, I mean, isn't that they were really more connected to the fans arguably than like any other time? I mean, if you're talking about back in the 90s, I mean, just like comparing the journalism, the music blogs, which were so influential
you're saying
in the 2010s.
90s blogs, you're saying?
No, I'm talking about in the 2010s.
Okay.
Like compare that to like The Source. You know,
Mhm.
where it's like it's really, there was a lot of like industry politics in that, more so than the blogs, and the mixtape era was like more for the fan.
It became industry politics. You see what I'm saying? Like everything starts, you know, yes, y'all will say evolution or whatever the case may be, even though
Hip hop, first and foremost, has always had a very strong political, let's say, presence. Fight the power. What do you think that was about? What do you think the song "Fight the Power" was about? Fight the powers that be. It was that was political. We can go down the line in the list. I mean, Pac being on his Black Panther stuff, everything. We can go down the line and list of how much in hip hop we have spoken very much so on what's going on politically. We have been involved with that. Why do you think so many of the politicians are so pressed to get who? Rappers. I want y'all to think. They don't be pressed to get a whole bunch of rock and roll singers. They'll show up. They don't be pressed to get country singers. They'll show up. Who is it that they try to push the hardest to go ahead and get on that front line? Now, I want you to really think about how influential we have been when it comes to the political aspect, even in our rhymes. And what are we generally talking about in our rhymes when it comes to the political aspect? All the bullshit that we go through, all of our grievances, everything that we can't stand. Come on now. Don't be shy. Let's talk about it. I see y'all in the building. Let's go.
Oh, that's a whole other concept. But yes, things morph into other things. You see what I'm saying? Like The Source started as a great fucking magazine that really represented hip hop, that was by real hip hop fans. It had a great outlook, but over time, money and all of that started to infect it. And then it became
100%. That's a negative of that era, because like you had, you know, albums that were supposed to get 5 mics that didn't get 5 mics, and vice versa. Like, I mean, you know, and like the music blogs like on the internet in our era, I mean, this led to like all of the artists that like from our generation that like we praise. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Tyler the Creator, all these people who absolutely like do have a positive message, who aren't like towing like the super corporate line that you're talking about. All of them came from the blog era. They came from like directly engaging with the fans versus, you know, the Source. I mean, there was a lot more politics in that compared to in our era.
Okay. It's like I'm gonna be honest, like as far as bloggers and all of that, I'm not, you know, I wasn't into that type of shit. Like,
Yeah.
and then you got to go into now, who are these bloggers? Where do they come from? What's their point of
Okay. My bad about that, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I accidentally kicked myself out the studio. I don't know how I did that. I don't know what button I just hit. I just kicked myself out the studio. My bad about that. Let's go ahead and do this right here. And let me pull this back up right now. I apologize for that delay, y'all. Let me go ahead and get it back on. Let's get it. All right, let's pick up where we left off.
People
I
you just
hear
named.
that, but what I'm saying is, look how many I can name from my era. Whereas, as far as talent-wise, there's a few go-tos that y'all can go to, but it's not as many.
And they're the biggest people of our era, though.
And we had groups. Like, that's another thing. Like, there's been a lot of dissection of people.
Ooh. I can't even front. That's a very good point. We had a lot of groups. I'll name them later.
Of the camaraderie that used to be, the Furious Five, De La Soul, Tribe Called. Those are groups. Some of the best hip hop came from groups.
Man, what? Crucial Conflict, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Hot Boys. I mean, we can go. That's a very, very real thing. Goody Mob. Man, nah, that's a good point. And I noticed that nowadays there are a whole lot more of like it's just really collabs. And even when we had something that looked like it could have became what we called the big three, what happened? That fell apart. Let's go.
But as money and corporations came into it, people started going solo because they don't want to share the money and split things up, and people started having creative differences. And now today, you'd be hard pressed to talk about groups and besides the Migos, or I don't even know really too many groups besides the Migos.
100% groups for more combat. What I'm saying is that, I mean, if we're talking about, all right, it's all good. I'll come back.
Thank you for showing them how to be respectful when you do. It doesn't have to be a fight, guys. We're just debating.
Today's episode is sponsored by the Red Panda Stock Club. If you're serious about getting rich from the market and not guessing every answer, you always know when.
Okay, my next claim is that foundational Black Americans created hip hop. Other cultures participated in it, but had no part in the creational aspect of the art form.
My bad. I was on mute. Are y'all ready to fight? Y'all ready to fight?
Peace.
Peace in the East.
Now we're going to deal with facts and not myths. Okay. So again, when I say foundational Black Americans, I mean Black people that lived here in America that, especially from the New York City area. Many will say the Bronx, but a lot of people will say it was around all parts of New York City at that time. That we are the ones, even though there were other people around us, Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans and any other people, that could have been around us. We were the ones that started this and drove the culture. Prove me wrong.
I will have to disagree. I would say that y'all rooted and created it and made it traditional, of course. However, I believe that in the 1970s, youth from the Bronx are the ones that created, meaning African Americans and Afro-Caribbean immigrants that were talking about it during that time, the events that were happening. I believe it was the youth of the Bronx, not the foundation of Black Americans.
Why?
God have mercy upon us.
All right, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get something straight. Did we have people from the Caribbeans who came here and did stuff? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and just name one from back in the day. It's a guy by the name of Luke. That's right. Luke and his freaky little crew did music. You know what kind of music they did? It wasn't reggae, because Luke is from Jamaica. Did he have anything to do with the culture over here? Yes, but guess what? He didn't come over here with the Jamaican culture. He came over here and he adapted and adjusted, and he knew the only way to make it was to do it how we do it. There was nothing Jamaican about hooray, hooray, hoochie mom, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like all that, drop it down low when the flow, drop it down low, drop it down low when the flow. That reggae slower. Anyway, let's just go ahead, keep on rocking out.
first of all, why do you feel it was the Bronx? Number one, because that's what you heard, right?
I believe it's the Bronx. Yes, hip hop created and started in the Bronx.
Okay.
That's
Well, I was born in the Bronx. So
shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. I'm from the Queens, baby. I'm
hatred
from
for the
Queens.
Bronx, but some people would dispute that. But I'm not going to get into the disputing of it. Now, when you say Afro-Caribbean people, right? Because yes, people like Kool Herc were from Jamaica. Grandmaster Flash has a Bohemian background. But let me ask you this. Africa Bambaataa. What specifically inside hip hop could you point to and say that comes from Caribbean culture? That comes, like the Puerto Ricans put that into hip hop. The Jamaicans put that into hip hop. Name some things.
It's specifically like songs or like
no.
Okay.
I mean
like when
cultural
you're DJing,
wise,
when DJ Kool Herc, when he was DJing, right? That's like when he put the breaks in, that's a form of like, cultural influence.
You serious?
Because that's from Jamaica.
No, it's not from Jamaica.
The breaks when he did that.
No.
Fact wise.
No, I'm sorry. You're dealing with feelings. The breaks he was playing, first of all, were soul, foundational Black American
Afro?
music. No, not Afro anything.
Soul.
It was Black American music that he was playing, not African music, not Afro-Caribbean music. He was playing soul music, and the breaks inside that music is what he was playing. He wasn't playing any Jamaican music. He wasn't adding anything into the culture of hip hop that was Jamaican. He came from Jamaica and was doing an American thing.
So he's
okay.
So he came from Jamaica. He's Jamaican.
That's why you even have, for example, what is called, they have like Nas, and I think one of the Marley sons did something a few times. I don't know if it's Stephen Marley or one of them. Anyway, it's called hip hop reggae fusion. Now, let me ask you all a question. Why is that keyword in there? Fusion. Because it's not the same. Come on now. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's see what we got.
Right.
Okay,
But him but listen, him being Jamaican, but he was being influenced by foundational Black Americans. He couldn't do nothing Jamaican.
Jamaicans never influenced innovation within hip hop. Rather, hip hop furthered the reach of dancehall with collaborations with rap and hip hop artists. Shout out to Sean Paul. Facts.
Inside hip hop, or else nobody was fucking with him. You see what I'm saying? He tried to come when he first came to Jamaica. There's stories of him where he tried to wear cowboy boots and all that type of shit to the party, and people was like, "What you doing with them roach killers on?" and all this type of shit. And he stopped wearing that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? And started wearing sheepskins and trying to assimilate with what the foundational Black Americans were doing. So what I'm saying is there's nothing inside of hip hop. You know how we be like, say ho, say, nobody says say blood clot. Nobody says, say up. Papi Chula. We don't say none of that shit. All we do is everything that we say and everything that's inside of hip hop culturally started with foundation.
No. It's not that she don't know. I'm going to tell you what this is. Bruh, it is once again, I'm just going to say it. We're never allowed to just have any damn thing to ourselves. Somebody got to be included. No. We also kind of threw in on it. No. We gave you all the curry season for your greens and shit. No, they always have to have some piece of what the fuck we got going on. That's what it is. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I just kind of went off on that right there. Excuse my language. I'll put some money in the jar later. But on some real talk, though, No, what I'm hearing is no, stop it. Because where I'm from, look, I'm told that you all, as Black Americans, you all aren't even capable. You're not smart enough to think of anything for yourself. So everything you got is from everybody else, including us. That's right. There's no possible way you all just have your own anything. That's why we're the very people who would say you don't have a culture, but then turn around and know what makes a culture. The main key ingredients to having a culture is your own music, your own style of dress and clothing, like how he's dressed right there, and also and beyond, and your own food. We have our own music. Yeah, guess what? It's also called rock and roll. That was us. Don't get me started. We got our own food, soul food. We have our own style of how we dress. We have our own lingo. They actually put something called ebonics into like a creditable, like they come on now. How many different lingo terms do you hear from newscasters and everything? Everybody uses our lingo terms. Pause, everything. All of that's us. That's all us. Anything you can think of a slang or lingo, that's all us. Every last bit of it, for the most part. We are the ones who were able to do that, and people don't even realize how actually more like that's actually a sign of a really high IQ when you're able to manipulate words in such a way. Like when you're able to think of like 5 different ways to use one word, that's really intelligent. That's a puzzle. And we just do that off the fly. We just be doing it off the fly. It's natural. Follow what I'm saying. You smell me now? So what I'm hearing right here, Brother Real, is once again, back where I'm from, I was told that you all do not have a culture. You do not know yourselves. You do not know where you came from. So if you don't have any of this, how possibly could you create anything for yourselves? You don't even know yourselves. I'm hearing undertoned arrogance. Let's keep listening.
Black Americans.
And the pioneers are the youth
I'm right here.
from the Bronx, though, which is
I mean, you're obsessed with the Bronx, but the Bronx
because
the Bronx is not filled with Jamaicans and Puerto Rico. There's foundational Black Americans there. You know that, right?
It's African Americans and Afro Caribbeans. It's mixed. Is it not mixed?
What I'm saying is the ones who is running the sensibilities.
You know what I also find extremely fascinating when people, I guess, from like Africa or whatever, from other places, when they try to say like, yeah, I mean, because, all Black people had to have, come from Africa. I just get to saying to myself, then why do Africans not claim each other? How are we all the way over here on the West? I want you to really follow that right there. How are we all the way over here on the West? You're all the way over there in Africa, the continent. And there's more war going on between the countries within that continent of fellow Africans who do not claim each other. I'm talking about will spit and burn each other, spit on and burn each other. But for some reason, we're all supposed to be from there. I don't know. Let's keep rocking out.
Of hip.
Oh, but with that being said, don't y'all ever get it twisted. Don't you ever get it twisted. Always remember, Smitty is...
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Hip-hop were the foundational Black Americans. If you didn't buy and assimilate to our slang, we were the ones that were creating the slang. We were deciding what type of gear you would wear and all that type of shit. Pumas and Adidas and You know what I mean? All that type of shit. Now we might see. Now, if we saw some shit from another culture and decided, okay, we want to fuck with that, we would bring it in like later.
We literally did, just like this little clip I just played. Look at what he was wearing. That's not American. Everything he has on, even down to the flag behind him, that's all from where?
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black.
That's all from somewhere else. Let's keep going.
On, I will give Jamaicans like Kango hats and shit like that. Y'all might have brought that to the game in hip hop. You see what I'm saying? But that's not really a hip hop thing. You understand what I'm saying? As far as the actual mechanics and science of doing hip hop, scratching the record, rapping on the beat, all of that stuff.
You know what else is hip hop that he hasn't named? I just want to make sure that they're not left out, because this is also hip hop. Tagging. Yeah. The graffiti artist. Yep. Tagging, like that professional tagging, making those like Nipsey Hussle and Big Martin Luther King and all that type of stuff. Like, man, what tagging? That's also a part of hip hop. Don't get it twisted.
Comes from us here in America.
The last thing you mentioned about the toasting and about the DJs being able to speak over the beats, that is 100% influenced by Caribbean culture.
No, it's not.
Caribbean parties.
No, it is not.
Back way.
No.
Again, why do they keep trying to take our stuff? Like, I don't know. Do you ever hear us say, you know what? Listen, I'm telling you right now. Do you remember when Bob Marley made One Love? That was actually inspired by Marvin Gaye. Do you ever hear us trying to say, like, man, let me just go ahead and go.
It is not.
And early reggae.
No, it is not.
Jamaicans not only influence.
Let me go ahead and welcome my man to the stage real quick. Let me just go ahead and play something for you. Real quick, let's go ahead and get it. Shout out to my boy, man. Hey, I think he coming up here with the smoke, so let me give him this one right here.
Timepiece Frosty, that's why you only get one chance to cross me.
What's going on, brother?
Blessings, brother. How you doing, my brother?
Man, much respect, man. Hey, everybody, this is the realest podcast in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, subscribe if you want to. Drop your link down there, man. You never know who just might see it and go. All right, but go ahead.
Sir.
Yeah, I know you got a lot to say, man. What you want to go ahead and add on? And you know what? Thank you for coming up, man. Thank you for coming up and incorporating yourself with the conversation, man.
You know what? Moments like this and conversations like this is beautiful.
Thank you.
But like, it's funny because I didn't start listening to hip hop and or rap specifically, like intentionally sit down and taking a track until the year before Tupac and Biggie died. Right.
Really?
So
wait. Real quick, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, like, so about how old were you then? Because we don't, for the people that's not here.
Okay, so I'm 42 now. So we're talking about
Okay.
that was 95, 96
Gotcha.
when they in the year when they died. So I was literally grade 5, grade 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was preteen. That was everything, right?
Yeah, I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in 7th grade. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
So what drew me to Biggie and Tupac, because it wasn't even in the movies, it was the way that their songs were structured, because I was just learning how to play the drums and the piano at the time. And so Biggie, in certain songs that he had a lot of real like really outstanding and ear-catching piano progressions in his music that was simple, and it was always featured. So I would have to listen to the whole track to catch the chord progression of the piano. Then I ended up started doing that, and Tupac was the same thing. And so both of the aspects of their poetry caught me. So that was my entrance into like hip hop, and then they passed away, and then I kind of went backwards, because then as I started to go more into delve more into Motown and then go through them, Cool G and the Gang, and I started finding out that simple songs that even my mom was listening to, I was like, okay, these are who these people are. So now I'm Canadian, coming with, and I have a Jamaican background. My whole family's Jamaican, so reggae and dancehall.
I didn't know all this time you were Canadian, bro. I just now learned that about you. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I
bro.
just learned that. All right, respect to you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Much
Shout,
love.
shout out to maple syrup. Shout out to maple syrup. Go ahead.
That's
Keep on
facts.
going.
That's facts. Yeah. So we coming from a more, dance hall and reggae was all we knew growing up, right? And then because of Bob Marley and the crossover, it actually helped expose us to Motown and soul and funk, right? And then as you get more with the mainstream movies, or what they would call the hood movies, from our end up here in Toronto, so Paid in Full, State Property, as we get into a lot of these movies that progress over the years, we start to get exposed to different aspects of hip hop, whether it was mainstream or underground.
But let me ask you this. All right. So this is my $1 million question for you before we finish out the video. And thank you.
Go ahead, my brother.
All right. When you listen to actual rap, bro, and I'm talking about let's I'm gonna just name 3 main figures. I'm gonna say like a Nas. I'm gonna say, of course, like a Jay-Z or whatever. And
I'll put Nas over Jay-Z.
I mean, no. But hear me though. When you hear these type of artists in particular, and many others, Lupe, whoever,
do
you hear any African Caribbean, when you hear them, do you hear the influence of Jamaica and Puerto Rico and stuff?
No.
Not saying that, because now, mind you, we have some Boricua, we have songs that are fused, but of course that's Fat Joe and Big Pun, and they're fucking,
exactly.
They're Puerto Rico. But I'm just saying though, we have it. But I'm just saying, overall, when you hear a typical Talib Kweli, when you was listening to a Bone Thugs and Harmony or whoever, Scarface, Tupac, do you hear other countries?
No, you
Are
don't.
You like, that reminds me of, that sounds like back home.
Nah, it's actually, like I said in the comments, it's the reverse. Because if it wasn't for really and truly, and there may be a few more other artists, right? But when we're talking about mainstream,
it's
Busta Rhymes,
more. We just not thinking about it. Probably
exactly. Busta Rhymes was the bridge between bringing dance hall, any aspect of Caribbean culture influence into his rap, into his lyrics, right? But he was still an American. You get what I'm saying? So you could say, so when we're in having like a family get together or function, and somebody says, yeah, put on that mixtape, there's a Busta Rhymes lyrics in there. And everybody turns around and says, yo, shut up for a minute. We need to hear what Busta's saying, because we know that Busta is an American rap lyricist. He's a rapper. So to say that this American rapper is infusing himself, he's crossed over the bridge and he's going to be on this dance hall track, we want to hear how he's going to flow. We want to hear, is he going to be able to keep his cadence and actually not become Jamaican, but influence what Jamaicans already did. Right. So now as we progress from him, and then you have different DJs. Now this is why I said she don't know, because it's the DJs and those collaborations, as I mentioned in the comments before, when you have the extended mix CDs and party CDs that started introducing, and you mentioned it, Sean Paul, Supercut, Bounty Killer, some of these guys who are Beanie Man, of them. These guys were the ones that were crossing over, learning how to. Yes, Baby Sham, right?
Baby Sham. I'm hip. I'm very hip.
A lot of those artists were the ones that would collaborate with a Busta Rhymes, and Busta Rhymes introduced them to other artists like Shine, even though he was on the younger side, but Shine and a lot of the other rap artists. And when it was the DJs through Busta, that was the connection. And what happened was American hip hop, mainstream and underground, became the influence to what we now knew through the early 2000s and late 90s as the extended club mix CD. So you even see that we never had a club mix before. We have our dance hall mixes, and then even we categorize it by the type of beat within reggae. So you have dubstep, you have
Exactly.
rockas, you have lovers rock, you have you have ska. So we would classify which type of which genre, which avenue of songs we're going to play by the type of beat or the venue that we're at, whereas hip hop could flow into any venue.
No, wait.
But
You actually wait. Let me help you out there. Okay. So actually it's the exact same for us with that.
Okay.
Hip hop specifically is a certain typical sound. Rap itself is a certain sound, and then you have gangster rap, which is a certain sound. Yes, bruh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
for example, your hip hop back in the day. See, nowadays, unfortunately, if you type in hip hop, man, I'll give you all kinds of crazy.
There's too much foolishness that comes up.
No, hip hop literally was beats that sound like this. You'll have a Most Def or like a Common or somebody flowing over.
Yeah.
You see, it was a jazzy. It was jazzy, really earthy, conscious.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. Matter of fact, hip hop literally was spoken word and poetry to a beat.
Okay.
You get it now.
Yeah.
Then
yeah,
you got
facts.
rap. Okay, so when you get into rap, that's when you get into like, I guess, anybody from like a Big L to a LL Cool J to a Nas to a Outkast, whoever. People who can just like rhyme, like they can rap, they can rhyme.
Right.
Now watch this. Then you also have those. You have another category with us. They're called lyricists. And we do not put lyricists in the same category as the rap artists.
Right.
They're their whole nother. It's rap. You would go and find their music under the rap category, but they are lyricists.
They are, because they were more surgical with it.
Exactly.
This is where you get into the wordplay.
Your Wu-Tangs and all of that, right? Exactly. When you get into that, your Lil Wayne's back in the day, all of that. Those are lyricists. Nas even, like, exactly. Trust me, I'm real big on Nas too, so we got that in common,
brother.
Then you got, last but not least, so I don't lose my train of thought. You got gangster. No, not even last but not least. Then you got gangster rap.
Right.
Now watch this. Gangster rap and drill is not the same, because gangster rap primarily are dudes that talk about gangster stuff, and we basically telling you what we stand for, what we stand on, and what we've been through. The key word is through.
Being through, yeah. It's lived experience.
Drill is more so, I'm going to just tell you everything going on right now before I even close the case.
Right. It's exposing.
And matter
of
fact, I'm going to show the murder weapon on IG.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's totally so you have, now I go down the line one more again. I'm gonna let you get in there. You have hip hop, rap, then you have hip hop, lyricists, rap, then you have gangster rap, then you have drill. So just like how you said, it's all these different, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then honestly,
subcategories.
I'm trying to think of what we would call, for example, I don't know. You know what's wild? Because we also have to, like, for the ladies rap, like, for example, think about most of LL songs. Think about most of Nelly.
Yep.
People like, it's a whole, do we call it R&B rap? I never thought of that.
Yeah, no, that would bleed over into the R&B.
What I'm saying though, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It would bleed over into the R&B.
We even have that. So just like how y'all got all the different, like how y'all even categorize reggae, we do the same thing. All rap is not the same, bro.
Yeah,
but it's it's different branches under the same tree.
Right. And that's what I think, like, even as she was trying to say, well, there's Afro this and there's Afro that, she doesn't even understand that, like, that is something totally different outside of the genre of what comes out of the islands or even Jamaica as dancehall and reggae. When somebody says Afro beats, that has nothing to do with reggae. When somebody says like Afro pop, it has nothing to do with reggae. It's all African beat centered influence beats that have more of the actual, let's say, if you want to say tribal drum. And that tribal drum, it doesn't have a lot of bass to it, but it gives you enough cadence to be poppy if you want to set the bar real high and get everybody jumping. But at the same time, you can come into a room and just chill. So she's still not really differentiating between Afro beats and reggae or reggaeton or anything like that. Reggaeton is not even real reggae in a sense. It is the influence of more of the Spanish culture, Latino culture, Puerto Ricans on reggae, and it's a fuse, but it's not reggae. So people got that's like, she's got to understand that. But anyways, but yeah, hip hop, and this is one thing I'm gonna go on to say this publicly so we can get back into the video. If anybody really understands, especially out of the 90s into the early 2000s, hip hop did more for dancehall and reggae in North America than has ever been done before, specifically in that time period.
So you saying hip hop itself, has been more of a benefit to that genre of music than that genre of music has been, actually a benefit to hip hop.
Yeah, and this is how I can
Ain't
explain
nothing
that.
wrong with saying it. Thank you for being honest. Ain't
100%. This is how we know it though, right? Look at Sean Paul, as you mentioned, right? Look at the track he did with Keisha Cole, Give It Up to Me, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you take some people would say, as a vocalist, you could probably replace Keisha Cole with any other person. Let's say that is true. But if you take away the R&B, the R&B or the hip hop aspect of that beat away from the track with Sean Paul, it does not hit the same. In fact, it's not even a finished track. You get what I'm saying? So this is what people have to understand. And I play piano, I play organ, I play drums. So when I'm listening to music, especially when we talk about a fusion or a collaboration between dancehall and hip hop has done, especially by way of extended mixtapes that are sold in the neighborhoods that come from the clubs.
Right.
Especially if you're coming from the 106 in Park, Tigger in the Basement, Rap City, all of those. If you look at all of the Jamaican artists that came, the dancehall artists that came through, did they come to a Jamaican scene in America, or did they come to a reggae scene in America? Did they come to a dancehall scene in America? No, they came to a hip hop scene. They came to a rap scene in America. You get what I'm saying? Even there's certain old gangster hip hop tracks that have influenced some of the greatest.
No. Let me ask you this question. Watch this.
Go ahead.
Look. We just gonna stop it right there. I mean, I'm not saying this never happened, because I know how influential my people are from here.
Yep.
But is it a normal thing to see Jamaicans back in the day, or Haitians or Africans pop locking?
No, not even close.
There
where'd
the robot and pop locking come from?
Oh no, that's everybody knows that's an American culture.
Come on.
Everybody knows that. If you show somebody a video, right? Let's take a mime. Right? Take a mime, put pop locking, take away the music, mute them both, and put them up in front of you. Nobody will ever say, oh yeah, I seen that in the dance hall. If you fast forward even to now, this is again, people will have to understand, as we're speaking about dancing, not to digress, but people got to understand how influential American hip hop from America has been to multiple genres of music. The world
knows. The world knows.
No, it's time to stop denying it. No, it's time to stop denying.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm lashing back. That's why I said in that one pump, said, "Y'all ready to fight? Y'all ready to fight?" Because I'm like, not like that, but like on some like, come on, man. I'm sick of everybody. Like again, when it's reggae, nobody tries to touch in and say we had a hand in reggae. Nobody tries to step in with the Trinidadians and say we had a hand in soca.
Yep.
Okay. Nobody tries to step in with the Latinos and say we had a hand in a salsa and merengue. We just leave it alone, don't we?
Yep.
Don't we?
But and
I have
even,
no clue why.
Uh-huh.
This is the, for some reason, this is the one where it's like, now everybody has to have a hand in our shit. That's what I don't like.
No, but you know what the thing is? It's what do they call that? Imposter syndrome. I think it bleeds into that. If you really, it's because at the same time, if you look at dissimulation, right? There's a lot of Jamaicans or Caribbean folk that are dissimilated. You know, for whatever reason, whatever the
Shout out to all my real quick, and shout out to all my peoples from the islands and everything. Like it ain't no. All I'm saying, I'm just making for those who try to take away from my, like, we don't never try to take away from y'all. If anything, we come over there and we just try to embrace what y'all about. Like, we want to hear the reggae music and everything.
Yep,
We try and get away.
that's facts.
We try and be on vacation, if you would say. We embrace what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
No,
don't come
big
over
facts.
here. Right. Don't come over here and try to drink out of my orange juice container, put your boots on my couch, nigga. Like, stop it.
But you know what, the one again, the ones that the people that do that, when they get, because the funny thing is when they quote unquote have to come home to the quote unquote Jamaican community or the island community, Trinidad, St. Vincent, Barbados, wherever,
Facts.
right? They gotta answer for saying stupid stuff. Like when we talk about
what when they go home, most of them, I have African friends that tell me, bruh, as much as you look at me as African, when I go home, they look at me as an American. I'm not even accepted.
yeah.
That's a real thing.
No, bro, that's a big real
They
thing.
call
I've
them
talked
half
with
breeds. Yeah, they call them half breeds and all
mixed
kind
breeds.
of shit.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it's heavy. But again, as hip hop has said to us, if we don't know where we're coming from, we won't know where we're going. Right?
That's a
See,
fact. That's a fact.
that so and to even for me going back after Tupac and Biggie died, I had to go backwards, and that's where I got introduced to, like you said, the Most Def, the Commons. That is my way of thinking, right? I'm gonna take something and I'm expand it out, like say like how Tony Stark did. He take one piece, little thing, a hologram, and he'd be like, Jarvis, spread this out. That's how my mind worked. So when I got introduced to hip hop, shout out to the movie Brown Sugar, right? When I got introduced to hip hop expanded my consciousness. So if I'll tell you the truth, if I don't have hip hop and if I don't hear Mos Def, if I don't hear Common, and then from there, if I'm never introduced to Nas, if I'm never introduced to Kool and the Gang, if I'm never introduced to these cats, brother, my mind, the mind that I have, the influence that I have and that I'm able to give out, I wouldn't even have it for what I do.
It would be limited. I get you on that, because you know, even when I do my music, people have no idea how much my music is highly influenced from certain people I've heard. Like, I get a huge influence from those I've heard, like a Bone Thugs and Harmony, like a Nas, like a Scarface. Yes, Phase 2. I love rap a lot. You see what I'm saying? I get big influence from like the whole No Limit era down south. Big influence from the whole Hot Boys era down south. All of that. Like, I can go each direction and corner of everything, bruh. I got a whole bunch of artists in Chicago, man, that I absolutely used to love, man. I couldn't wait to go get Do or Die CD.
Yeah.
Even when I was young, when Po Pimpin' came out, stop playing, man. That was like, man, what? Do you want to ride in the backseat of the caddy? Come on, man. Like, I went and bought that whole album, and that was that junk went, bro. Like, it was actually like, I actually was very pleased. I was very pleased, bro. So I'm just saying, you know, to land it, I got so many different West Coast. Man, I used to listen
till
to
this
Spice
day.
One. I used to listen to Sully Cell. I used to listen to E40. Yes, bruh. But go ahead. I digress. My mic is muted, and that's just a couple, bro. That's just
No,
a few from back.
yeah, bro. You know what bothers me too is, and I'm speaking now. I'm saying this as a musician. If you don't understand the mechanics of music and the heartbeat of it, that's when people try to take from it.
I love when you said the heartbeat of it.
You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, as a pianist, right?
Okay.
There are certain legendary pianists. Okay, so and let me take something that everybody knows. Ray Charles, right? When Ray Charles was helping Jamie Foxx with the movie Ray, and he was teaching him not his version of stride piano, but his ability to think it, being blind. How do I think my movements of the stride piano? Jamie Foxx had to get in his mind, even though Jamie Foxx had the skill of a general pianist. He had the theory, he's classically trained, but there was something about the heartbeat of Ray's mind that had to be understood from the position of somebody who can see versus the position of somebody who can't see. That's how I look at hip hop.
Not, but even down to we can go even deeper. All right. I to this day am baffled how a man once upon a time called Beethoven was able to play notes and was deaf.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear the notes.
Yeah. But you can here's the thing is you can feel the notes, right? So if anybody understands hip hop at its truest essence, at its heartbeat, what you can't hear, and maybe even what you might not be able to always understand, you should be able to feel the vibration of it.
Bruh,
and this is why I said earlier in the comments when I was like, they trying to dumb down the vibration. I'm not knocking the artists for what they do today, but what I am gonna say, it's not comparable.
Well, the thing is that when I'm gonna push play on the video so we can get through this last bit. The thing about it is that they have, like, see, when you've overall have, yes, like, I guess you can say, made people impatient and dumb people down. Like, I want you to even think about it. Back in the day, I want you to look at the average time on a song when we were coming up. It'd be like 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Some of our real old school R&B songs be like 6-7 minutes. And don't get me started on the Quiet Storm. You know, Quiet Storm was like 15 minutes. Anyway, even songs nowadays, man, a lot of these new artists, man, they songs like 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Like, bro, that was just the intro for us. Like, we had a whole skit. We had an interlude before the song came on and everything. Like, we really went through the works to put the whole everything. Like, we had a little, you know, you can hear them walking outside in the rain. You can hear the rain and everything, car door closing and yeah, son, we got to go get him, man. And like, we went through the whole everything. Like, we put work. We had whole mini skits and scenes before you even heard the song.
Yep. And again, something like that level of
effort,
not only ingenuity, but creativity and effort. You know, if anybody who is hearing this, if you remember at the tail and the turn of the century, coming out of the late 90s and the early 2000s, what did you start hearing on dance hall CDs and dance hall extended mix CDs? You always had a skit in there. Now, it would be with our humor for our community coming out of the islands, specifically Jamaica, but we weren't doing that in the 80s and the 70s. It was a straight up track. It was a straight up mixtape. It was, as they would say, and you had your dub plate, you had your tag from the artist. But we didn't have skits. And then all of a sudden, as the turn of the century hit out of the late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, getting into 2010s, more mixtapes, more tracks, even down to the music videos had skits introducing the track.
No, that's a fact. Yep.
I mute my mic. Let's I don't want to take
go
away
ahead and rock out. Read.
Yep.
No, they didn't.
The Dominicans is a
I'm
true
sorry. What? Dominicans?
Yes, there's a whole genre called dembo. Okay,
What?
and that's based off of reggae. So we have Kool Herc, like you mentioned. We have.
You know how
Bambaataa.
how old Kool Herc was when he did his first party?
How old?
12 years old.
Okay.
You think he was really emulating what the big sound systems in Jamaica and all that was
Yes,
doing?
if that's his family.
No, that wasn't his family. That's not what he
He's
was doing.
Jamaican.
You're making shit up. You're doing things because you're being emotional right now. You're just not dealing with facts. I'm sorry. What Kool Herc was doing was emulating what people like Disco King Mario from the Bronx was doing already. Okay, and playing break beats out in the park and all that stuff, and bringing your equipment out and type of stuff. That was not.
Hold on, y'all. Got us. And we're back.
Let's put it in perspective.
It's not clicking.
It's the 70s in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Certain places in Jamaica didn't even have electricity.
Certain places.
Let's keep it real.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying
those certain places still exist today.
Do you really think that kids from the Bronx were emulating something that kids in Jamaica were doing when we are over here watching Soul Train and all this type of shit? We're not thinking about.
As a first generation immigrant, you traveling, you going to see your family, you coming back, and you bringing what you took from there back to where you live at.
And what I'm saying is that's not what.
Do you agree?
With what she just said about the
bringing it back and stuff, yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to follow her train of thought on that. I can't really say I agree. No.
Let's get it.
You're going to bashments and you're going to parties.
There was no bashment. That's not what it was. This was not a bashment. This was a hip hop party. Okay,
but
and
you
the
don't
hip
think
hop.
we party the same like them?
Huh?
You don't think they was partying the same like
What
them?
I'm
You don't
saying
think no
is
influences
there's
crossed
nothing
over?
Jamaican inside of hip hop.
That's
There's
very
no
false.
Jamaican customs.
Biggie is Jamaican. You can't ignore the
It
fact that
doesn't
so
matter
many
that
people.
he's Jamaican. He rhymed. He didn't do reggae music. He did hip hop.
Okay, Tribe Called Quest, they Caribbean over there.
It doesn't matter.
You can't just pull that aspect of it
I'm
out
not
of there.
pulling him out of him. What I'm saying is they're not doing anything from their culture that contributed to the found. And first of all, those people are way down the line. Hip hop has already started. I'm talking about when hip hop was created. I stated that when hip hop was created, that foundational Black Americans, we moved the needle. You couldn't dress like a Jamaican and come around.
What does a Jamaican look like?
Oh, back then, a Jamaican. You know what the Jamaicans looked like back then.
Lord Javon kills me, man.
Thank you.
He do, bro.
Fishnet tank.
But I say you could dress like a Jamaican and come around us. It's
He a wild dude, bro.
no, but you know what? I
Come on.
understand what
She
he's
knows.
saying,
She
though.
knows
because-
what the fuck.
Go ahead.
I'll say it. I understand exactly what he's saying, though, because, right? Okay, so let's extrapolate a little bit. In Toronto, right? Toronto, especially in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, Toronto was called Little New York. Right? And you touched on this earlier when you said that even our slang, Ebonics,
yes,
when, especially through the medium of BET, even though I feel like it didn't do a fair representation, but it's what Canadians had, especially here in Toronto, to have a bird's eye view. And then maybe you had some friends or some family or extended family or friends who had extended family that were actually American and they would come here. Bro, when they would teach us or they would use certain lingo, like you said the word pause, when you said pause, bro, I've been using, we've been laughing at like using that at work in different instances all day, every day. So when we talk about when he says that, I think people got to stop trying to find a way to be offended out of everything. Like you're offended because you're not included in the nucleus. So when you said, can't something be ours? People don't understand that that's not a malicious question. You feel me? Yeah, that's not a.
That is smack on point, bro.
Yeah. It's not a malicious question. It's a heartfelt question. It's like we created this. Can you acknowledge it? If you respect it, and this is where people have to question themselves, right? Do you use the thing that somebody created, or do you value the thing that somebody created because you already know inherently it can benefit you?
But if you was told before you got here that anything that's theirs is yours because they don't own shit anyway, then there will be no respect when they touch ground in the first place.
But you see here again, so here's where
See
like
what I'm saying?
100%. But this is where people don't like. This is why I say hip hop opened my mind, right? Because if we talk about what's that called? That scientific term, the continuum, right?
Oh yes.
Right. So when we talk about the continuum, a part of the continuum theory is that anything on one side can be the same thing on the other side, even if it doesn't look the same. It is still inherently the same thing, no matter how it comes out. And the aspect that 2 points will converge and meet and continue that ripple. So the continuum effect on that, right? So when we look at that, we got to understand, and people need to admit that while let's say as a Canadian, as a black Canadian, they may have said, "Oh, Americans, black Americans, they don't own nothing." Okay, is anybody going to admit that they be telling us the same thing up here? Is anybody going to admit that from Jamaica, they told that they did as little as small as the island is, as big as Bob Marley is, and reggae and dancehall is? Is anybody going to admit that they told us that, like y'all just be here? This ain't really like y'all don't own here. Africa, same thing. Fight. Why? Like you brought up the point, not to what I'm pointing at, but when you mentioned earlier that you have two Africans and to us they're African. We know they're from Africa. You talk to them like, nah, he's not African. Nah, he's not this, and they be fighting against each other, ready to remove each other. Why? Because the same thing that's being told to us as we collaborate or even join into the American culture. Well, they don't own anything. Well, okay, can we chill for a minute and let not get too uppity on our horse, because we're being told the same thing, even if it's at a different speed, even if it's at a different pace, no matter how you want to phrase it, we're being told the same thing. And so these are some of the things that my brother, and it's, what the funny thing is, I have to say this publicly. I'm glad that I've been able to be introduced to you in the space of YouTube, you and a few of the other brothers and sisters, because it lets me know that my mind is not one of one. Right? It lets me know that my wave of thinking is not one of one.
Nah. It'll feel like that at times. It'll feel
100%.
Oh,
but it feels like that over here.
A minute. Am I crazy? Like, am I really crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nah, I know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, bro. So like getting to meet y'all, especially you,
I appreciate you.
Like, bro, there's been times where I've been on a live with you, or I've been watching a live, and you be like, hold up. Now, let's take it from here and take it a step further. I'll be like, yo, say word. There's another brother like me who knows there's another step further. Say word.
Yeah.
And now I'm not one of one. So we got to understand, as black people across the world, that if we're being told that the black Americans don't have nothing, well, we shouldn't think it's open season. We should understand and stop for a minute and be like, whoa. So if they're being told that, hold on. Hey,
right.
Pops, were we ever told that over here? Because I do recall something like that coming up, but I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. So you mean now, for everywhere we as black people are, we innovate music, we innovate culture, we innovate language, we innovate fashion, we innovate. Okay, so if we have some of the same abilities on the continuum, then maybe, just maybe, I just need to sit back for a minute and stop trying to change what was already created here and appreciate what was created and say, yeah, hip hop, that is a bad mother. You know what I mean?
Well, put it like this: when you say maybe I should stop trying to recreate what was already created, have you found any car companies who are trying to make the wheel a octagon?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
All right. I don't give a damn what they change on the car. Engine, spark plugs, interior, body design. It's one thing from the first car to this to a horse wagon to a wheelbarrow.
The wheel's been the wheel.
To your F-150 and Toyota Camry and everything else in between today, the wheels have not changed. It's a reason why everything else with the car has changed, except the wheels.
Facts.
For some reason, they just seem to have left those the F alone. I wonder why. I wonder why they're not.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Why aren't they squares? Why aren't they a hexagon?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the reason.
Yep.
All right now. But let's go ahead and get back to the video. Let's rock out.
What I'm talking
My
about?
point is, we got the godfather of hip hop, and he is a Caribbean man. So that's
And I'm saying, and he brought nothing Caribbean to the table. That's all.
himself.
But that's not enough.
You
He had
about,
to
like,
follow
specific-
what black people were doing.
You're-
He had
okay.
to get with what we were doing. He tried to even sound like us, dressed like wearing
We're not that
sheepskins
different.
and all of that.
We're not that
Not that different. But what I'm saying is, y'all didn't have no influence amongst the black Americans at that time.
I will agree to disagree. I feel like him bringing himself in it as a Caribbean.
All right, I'm gonna have to disagree. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna have to disagree on this part right here. I got you. Bet that. So look, the reason why I disagree is because of this right here. This is why I disagree, because of where's it at? Hold on, yeah, right here.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
All right. Notice what he had on. Everything, that's why I keep playing it, because everything about it was African. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I remember, I got you, bro. I see you. Boom. All right, boom. Hold on. Let me go ahead.
That's facts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I actually remember, there we go. All right, there we go. I actually remember, like, we were real big on embracing, like, all of our black whoever, brothers and sisters from all over the world. But one day, once we saw, okay, hold on, wait a minute, this is what y'all be saying behind our back at y'all little, like, you know what I'm saying, like, gatherings. Yeah, man, it's like, all right, nah, okay, we get it now. Okay, all right, we accept you, but you don't accept us. That's just all it was. It was just more so of a, like, falling back, like, I bet if that's how y'all carrying it, then okay, never mind. You know, I'm still black, y'all, but I'm not gonna be dressed like
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black.
I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why a lot of us stopped that. Remember, even Flavor Flav, a lot of people, man, Flavor Flav used to have the big old Africa. You remember back in the day when all the rappers, everybody had the huge African, it was
the
African.
medallion.
Yeah,
Yep.
the big
And it was
African
wooden,
medallion,
bro.
That was the thing to wear, bro. So
Yep.
now we did embrace other culture. So I can't agree
Big
with
time.
Lord Lamar. I can't agree with him on that. Let's go.
That's not enough. That's not
painting,
enough.
You causing cultural
Just because, and just like when Puerto Ricans started breakdancing, once we put it down, because black people are the first ones to breakdance.
Who was the first guy to break dance? Do you know?
Damn, I forget his name. Don't get me to lying. I don't know.
Are we really going to do that right now? Like, come on.
Of course. Are
we
trying
really
to play
gonna do that right now?
that horseman tactics?
It's semantics.
But I know he was black. But anyway,
How he
so
gonna do
here's the thing. The reason why people associate.
I say the first breakdance was on accident because it was a nigga running from the police getting shot at. And as he was dodging, he discovered the art of breakdancing through bullets pinging off of the
My man said,
alley walls and bricks.
He's like, hey, I know these movements. I've been dodging that belt whooping at home.
Right. Yeah, I think we learned breakdancing from just like ducking all violence of life.
Right.
Puerto Ricans with breakdancing is because that was around the time that black people put it down because some of us started getting a little money and we don't want to be bending on the ground with our fresh shit on.
Cardboard.
And this is also the time when cameras came to hip hop.
What? I'm from the days of don't you walk through that wet grass with your church shoes on.
So now this is when movies and Beat Street and you know what I mean, certain shit like that. So now the Puerto Ricans was like, well, okay, we doing this shit now. So now they're spinning on their fucking back, and now everybody thinks that they created breakdancing, but they didn't.
Westmore, Angela also.
I'm not gonna lie. Do you know who I see doing breakdancing more than anybody? I don't know why I keep talking about Puerto Ricans. I'm sorry. Asians can't get enough of our pop lock.
I was about to say, bro.
Asians cannot get enough of Michael Jackson and the way he moved. They love some Michael Jackson, bro. I don't know. I don't know why they're not being brought up. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead though. What you want to say before I push play?
Because it's not first on the mind, right? Like again, it's just remembering and seeing. If you don't consistently see where your influence is gone, you'll never really understand the power of it, right? So Canada has a really big influx of just Asian people overall. So when we get to, talking about performing arts or anything like that, especially by way of music, dancing, choreography, there's a lot of groups out here, dance groups that are Asian based, and they're killing it, bro. But when you see the time and what they study and who they're studying, you don't see nothing but black people, bro. And it's American hip hop, American breakdancing, the b-boys, everything.
Let me ask you this: you being in Toronto, what? All right. So if you was to say out of 100%, is it equal, or does one have more impact than the other when it comes to UK rap and North American hip hop rap?
Oh, UK rap is like, I'll probably say, and this is not an exaggeration. Now in the year 2026, the scale might be a little bit different. I'd probably say it's maybe 70-30. But for the longest time, it was 95% American hip hop, 5%, if that, UK rap. Like UK rap didn't even really start really coming up until you started having actual independent movies with UK rappers on the soundtrack during the movie. And then by way of the show Top Boy on Netflix, that, and you're coming really within, this is 2026, so yeah, give or take the last 10 years is when in Canada British rappers and British rap, right, has really actually become somewhat of it's not uncommon that you find it in somebody's rotation. If there's 10 people, you're definitely going to get at least 4 or 5, right, that'll have it in their rotation. Out of that 4 or 5 though, you're still going to have a heavy American hip hop influence. So you're dumbing that down to maybe like 1.5 to 2 people that actually have it devoutly being spun in their rotation. The UK rap, in terms of distribution and just exposure out here, hasn't really picked up fast until the last 10 to 15 years.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Wow. It hasn't picked up. Okay, at that point. All right.
Because you got to remember too, like even as you were mentioning before we go back to the video, as you were mentioning about like the influence of American slang, way of talking, the understanding the use of one word in 5 different ways, right? We get exposed to that by way of everything that comes from American culture, especially as black people. Like I go to my boy's house. Yo, bro, have you seen this movie? Like the first time I got introduced to Paid in Full, bro. Paid in Full, Scarface, and those between those two movies, out of how they were displayed in American culture, especially with Scarface being talked about heavily in Paid in Full. Paid in Full is in my rotation to the point where I'm just counting down to where my son is of age, and we can sit back and kit back on a night and have some, you know what I mean, chill out and watch that, because there's something about me that says, yo, this has to be part of your upbringing, right? State property, 1, 2, as much as I might not like all of them past 2, I was like, okay, but at least 1 and 2, you got to watch those. Belly 1, you got to watch that. You know what I mean? Like there's just certain things that my son has to watch. He might not like it, but we will find a commonality on it, because when the way certain things I might say around the house, even so, my wife asked me, she's like, where did you get that phrase? I'm like, oh, it's from Paid in Full. She'd be like, she's like, you might as well just be American. Go get an American passport. I'm like, I would if I could. So, but like the American influence, even till this day, especially in Canada, especially here in Toronto, it trumps a lot of other things. I'd probably say if you were to compare that now to reggae or dancehall, because of Toronto being kind of like a Caribbean hub, that's a little bit different. That's where you now see it like 50-50 or 60-40.
I see. Yeah, I hear they have a lot of like Jamaican fests, Caribbean fests and stuff up there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like in Toronto, Caribana has been the staple Caribbean fest in Toronto since before I was born.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yep. But I digress. My mic is muted.
Much respect. Let's get back to the last bit of this video so we can go ahead and end it out. I appreciate you coming up.
So my last claim is that old school hip hop had more positive messages. New school hip hop has little, I'm not going to say none, but I'm going to say few positive messages as opposed to old school hip hop. Step on up.
Now you're saying old school. Please define old school, please, because you want to pick and choose. You want to say 70s. Pick
First of all, I never.
He just come ready to fight every time.
A time frame.
Who the fuck says 70s?
Yeah. Whenever they do the hippity hoppity, pick a time frame.
Okay, I'll go from the golden era, right? If you want me to pick a time frame, I'll say from 85 to about 95.
85, 95.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that?
Nah, you gotta go Pat. Come on, yeah, no. You gotta go past that, bro. Listen, I'm gonna say the golden era ended. I'm gonna say early mid-ish 2000s for real.
There's more.
Like,
yeah,
real talk, bro. Like, I'm gonna say like early. Like, I'm talking about like nothing past 06.
Anywhere between. I was gonna say, because in Toronto, again, how we were talking about the influence, if there was any, from reggae and dancehall on American hip hop. Remember what I said earlier? What did American hip hop do for the dancehall scene, especially when it comes to tracks, artists, collaborations? That was that time period, the late 90s, right up until 2005. 2006 was the absolute last year when we can say that the messages that came across from American hip hop.
There we go. And then, like, listen, for the record, people, I'm not saying you didn't get one in 2013 or 12. I'm saying it was like the last drops of the rag. Like, it was so here and there, as opposed to when you got it in a abundance on a regular. It was a normal thing. You would always say, even I got man, listen, Scarface, Last of a Dying Breed. He got plenty of songs on there where he's talking a whole bunch of gangster stuff and everything else. But there are endless songs on there I can go back to and be like, nah, man, I really got something. Like, when I played that song, I wanted to play that song from Scarface because it made me think about some stuff
Mhm.
on like, you know, a deeper level, if you want to,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
No,
It
that's
ain't
big
about
facts.
being all super lyrical with the words. Sometimes it's just how you place the beat and how you place your voice and the lyrics and everything else and how you put the song together, bruh. It's just how you tell the story, dog. Like Slick Rick, bruh, I said it earlier, like he ain't no lyrical rapper. One of the best storytellers we
Yeah.
ever had. One of
Big
the
time.
best storytellers.
Big time. You know what's funny though is and this is again, I think this goes to people's understanding. I remember I had a roommate back in 2009, and he was a rapper. I say he had the ability to rap. I'll say it like that. And he cutting some tracks and putting out some videos and doing some shows. Like he was nice once he was locked in.
Right.
And so hanging around him, like I couldn't anything off the top of the head. That wasn't me. So hanging around him though, any Friday night he throw on a beat and we just be chilling and he'd be like, yo, cut in. So I was just like, okay, I'm not good off the top of my head. So I would sit and start writing some things. And I'm like, yo, and I'm thinking about the art form now. I'm thinking about, okay, I look at gangster rap and I'm like, okay, I ain't got a gangster background. That ain't me. I look at, you know, some of Mos Def and Common. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can really take what's in my mind and put it into a poetry.
Do you
So
know? Do you know what I'm hearing?
Hey,
what I'm hearing right now is how you're recognizing. I actually tried to do this, like writing a rhyme. See, I believe you're one of those who also really appreciate the lyrics because you tried to do it and you realize it is not as easy as you think.
No, it's not. I actually had to sit down.
Not as easy as you just memorizing the song after you've heard it 100 times.
100. Oh my goodness.
It's not as easy as actually
It's hard.
bar, making it, you know, sink in and not being too wordy on this part, making it stay on beat. Bro, that shit is not easy.
It's not easy. And then if you comes down to style, like when you start talking about West Coast beats versus East Coast beats, I'm like, my mind was bugging. And what I came, this is exactly what I came up with. No joke. I came up with this. I was in there. It's just another day living in the hood. Is in the trouble, up to no good. Yeah, you rolling in the stole, up in your. A lot of that, some of the cadences of the words that came from West Coast hip hop. I'm rolling in stole, up in your hood, and you're getting guap, so you know it's all good. So we got a lot of foxes living in. I'm like, I was just a storyteller. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna get me to rap, the only thing I know how to do good is tell a story. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I disagree. The cadence was not mostly West Coast. That was 100% completely West Coast. That was no. I disagree. No, mostly nothing. That was all the way. All I pictured was like Chucks and you know. You was in the
BBS rims.
Yeah, there you go. Low rider with the skirt. You already know.
But again, and that's what they push to us here heavy in Toronto. But I digress.
Yeah, let's see what we got right here. Respect.
Or positive.
And I'm saying there's more positive messages that you can find in hip hop, such as, be original, don't bite. Like
Tank Crack Command.
Black Power. Hang on, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hang on,
Right.
because of course there's gonna be negative shit. You're gonna be able to find somebody from my era and say, yeah, he had some negative shit. Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is there was more when you have a Public Enemy, KRS-One, Queen Latifah, Tupac. Yeah, Tupac had some positive songs. Yeah, he had some negative shit too.
The ones that
he had way more positive than negative, actually.
hit.
Yes,
bro. Dear Mama, Brenda had a baby.
Get clean.
Huh? What? What are you talking?
You talking about Machiavelli song "Hold Your Head"?
About,
right?
Bro? See, now you're picking and choosing his song. I'm telling you, he had positive joints. You want to pick the negative one. And what I'm saying is, like, my era wasn't perfect. Again, I'm saying we had more positive songs.
We talked about, oh Lord Jamar, you're not giving it to the young blood, correct, my G? You're supposed to be telling him nothing about we weren't perfect. Because first of all, can you tell me, brother, real, what era of man, what era, generation of man was perfect?
None of them.
Who were they?
None of them.
Who were they called? Like what was that tribe, that civilization? What time period was it? They were perfect men.
They were located nowhere, and it was the tribe of none of them.
But we don't even, okay, so that's like, why are we even saying that to people? My generation wasn't perfect. Whose generation was perfect?
Present to me
on,
one.
huh?
If anything, we needed the flaws.
My bad. Say it again. My bad.
No, I said if anything, we needed the flaws.
And even down to that, what were we talking about in the music? Our flaws.
Yo, thank you.
Look, he went back to Brenda Got a Baby. It was a positive song. I mean, basically, it wasn't like to be degrading or nothing, is what I'm saying. And it was,
you should have hit him with you gotta keep your head up.
Keep your head up.
Child, things are gonna get. Bro, you know how many dark days that song took me out of? And I was like, the same Tupac that they're villainizing in the news.
Man, come
he
on,
had this
man.
song "Keep Your Head Up," and it literally.
Pac did I can feel it coming
Man in the air tonight. Yup.
He did that one too on the double album. Yup. I forgot the name. Yeah. The one with his picture on it's like a portrait with his face to the side. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Double CD. That double CD had way more positive songs that I would listen to on there than it was negative, bro. Way more positive songs.
We're about black
my
consciousness.
bad. No. Hold on. My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. My mic is muted. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, my bad. I thought you was gonna say something.
Positive messages. And there's just so many X-Clan. Who else from
There's positive artists out today, but you have to go look for it.
And this
you're not choosing to look for it. Just go look for it. They're out there.
So what?
Wait. That's the problem, young blood. Back when we were coming up, we didn't have to go look for positive
They were present.
music. It was right there in our face. We didn't have to go deep dive and search for the shit.
Nope.
Like real talk.
It wasn't hidden.
Realize that. Huh?
Wasn't hidden.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Exactly.
I'm saying is, I didn't say that you had none. Because originally when he sent me the claim, it said, and y'all have no positive. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want that.
You know what? When they name these names, Brother Real, I want you to listen, and I'm going to pause. I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to give me, I want to see if you can give me like 3 more after or 5 more after. Let's go.
Down, because there's always going to be some positive and negative within everything. But it's what is the balance? And what I'm saying is, at my time, there was positive and negative, but it was a little more balanced. Right now, the negative is outweighing the positive.
Maybe your algorithm is negative. I would argue that maybe it's your algorithm.
Do you really think it's my algorithm?
I'm pretty sure. Someone who
So Cardi B is just my algorithm. Meg Thee Stallion is just my algorithm.
I'm sure if you were searching only church music or some Common or somebody who's boring and
Common
lame.
is from my era. Don't try to claim Common.
Right. I'm pretty sure if you were only searching up conscious music, I'm pretty sure Cardi B wouldn't pop up on your timeline. It wouldn't pop up.
It's not about me searching. See, I shouldn't have to necessarily search for this and that for an algorithm to come at me. I'm saying what's popular in your generation right now has less positive messages than my era. You will say, oh, we have positive messages like, make money and you see what I'm saying? Get on the internet and
Be
Get a
independent
bag.
and be independent.
Be independent.
F
right.
the label.
But
We're
at the
saying-
end
we're
of the
saying F
day,
the label.
huh?
We're saying F the label.
Yeah.
Back then they were getting F by the label.
Yeah, you're right.
Because of now we have information with the internet, but that's a whole nother claim. That's a whole nother topic.
Right, but see, so you're independent, but you're not using that independence.
Let's stop it there real quick. Do you agree what he said before as far as like that first part? Do you agree with the first part of what he said?
Well, the Lord Jamar, or the other cat.
No, Lord Jamar.
Yeah, no. In terms of what he was pointing to, because one, all of our positive messages, they were not hidden. Number one. The next point after that, where he's saying, I shouldn't.
We had
like,
more.
The part that hit
Like,
me
it was more.
Yeah, we had more, but I like how he said that I shouldn't have to go search in an algorithm.
Oh,
right?
Good one.
That's the part that really hit me, because and then because the young blood, you see how the young blood, that he also used that in his defense to try to hit back at Lord Jamal. He was like, well, maybe your algorithm is all negative. Well, bro, my algorithm can't be negative if that's not necessarily what my vibration is.
No, not even.
It doesn't mean that negativity can't creep in there, but naturally I'm going to filter that out. Overall, he mentioned Common, and I'm glad Lord Jamal hit him on it. Don't try to claim Common. Yo, did Common speak about some hood stuff? Yes. But was the majority of everything Common spit, was it not positive? Did it not make you think? It doesn't matter if somebody found him boring or not.
Honestly, 95%, bro.
Bro, most deaf.
Honestly, Common, in my honest opinion, would throw in some hood shit to kind of keep the hood, because he wanted to get the hood dude's attention, and he knew he couldn't be too smarty-arty, if you want to use that term. You see what I'm saying? He had to kind of throw in some like, nah, I'm really from the Shy, South Side. Remember when him and Common did that? I'm coming from the South Side of the Shy. All of that. That's his way of like, nah, I'm
letting you know I'm
too.
Yeah.
Right. So even when he did it, like, so I mean, overall, no, his whole message, I would say, was positive. Yeah, he
completely
threw in
positive.
stuff. He sprinkled that in to just make sure he got the hood dude's attention too.
Let you know that I know where I'm from. I ain't gonna deny where I'm from. Just because I'm clean or I present clean doesn't mean I don't know where I'm from. I know where I'm from.
That. And unfortunately, we're in a day and age where it's like, nah, like we don't want to hear you. Like if you say, like if I say, yeah, like I'm from uptown DC Northwest. Nobody wants to hear me unless my whole life is being shown around that. I'm still outside, even though I'm 43. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still ain't grown up. I'm still outside. So it's like, you have to portray a certain image. Like, don't nobody want to hear you just strictly for what it is that you have to actually say no more. That's what it used to be about. So you see where we at. Let's keep on rocking out.
Facts.
To really have an independent voice. You're independent and still rapping about corporate shit. Still rapping about shit that's not uplifting us as a whole. You're still rapping about wet ass and stupid shit.
Why is that bad? That's bad. That's bad. That's not that.
Timepiece Frosty, that's why you only get one chance to cross me.
That's not negative. That's not negative. You're saying that's wait. Are you saying that wet is negative? I want to make
no.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Please clarify that. Please clarify that.
I'm not saying that wet is bad.
All right.
But
only a dude that don't get vagina like that will say something like that. Like, what? What? We were actually talking about something that we don't never see or touch. Like, no, bro. Listen, what's being said is that those of us with daughters, okay, and sons out here, those of us with wives and mothers and all of that, and those of us who
Right.
just our own personal ears, when it's the
Right.
simple fact of, yeah, we love to fantasize about you, but I mean, we don't want you to just be exploiting all of that to the world and stuff. Is there anything that we can keep in somewhat of a mystery anymore? Whatever happened to the air of mystery? Like, the air of mystery is just totally out the window. I remember my father teaching me about that.
Bro,
Yeah.
I give it to you. I add on to that like this, right? This is what this young blood didn't understand. So my grandmother, God rest her soul, she passed at 83. She was a pastor, okay? She would still regularly quote. She read a scripture to you and be like, and if you don't know, now you know.
What?
Yeah. So take that in. She's a pastor. And she would sit there and she would say, yea, though I walk through the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And if you don't know, now you know. There's something about the presentation of the message that this brother's not understanding. Like you said, there are things that are to remain. Okay, let's take it there. Adrena Howard. Did Adrena Howard always literally her song? There used to be a station out of Buffalo, 93.7 WBLK. It had the Quiet Storm, Monday through Friday, from about, let's say, 8:30 p.m. because that was my bedtime. 8:30 p.m. straight through to 6 a.m. in the morning. They weren't playing Adrena Howard at 7 o'clock in the morning in the wake up show, talking about no t-shirt and no panties on. T-shirt and my panties on. She was on the Quiet Storm. You get what I'm saying? There was a place and a time. And this is what this generation doesn't understand, is that while the wet Volga there's nothing problematic about that. But there's a place and a time. Like you said, there's supposed to be a mystery about that. But I mean, we could digress. That's a whole different, that's a whole nother branch. That is a whole nother branch. I ain't even gonna swing off that right now. I digress.
Respect. Let's get back to it. Let's finish it out.
Make sure we're on the right page.
It's bad when a little 7-year-old, 8-year-old girl is singing the song and looking up to the girl. Huh?
That's on the parent. You can't.
Well, what I'm saying is, we in an era now where everybody just got their phone. Little kids got their own phones and iPads. You can't be everywhere all the time.
But
these parents are not able to watch their kids and really see what the fuck they watching, bro.
So when you were a child, did you hear bad music? You found
Did
it,
I
right?
hear bad music?
Yeah,
Hell
I'm sure
yeah.
you had like an 8-track or some kind of device that
You
would
said
play.
an 8-track, yo.
Yeah, what?
Don't you play me, motherfucker. I ain't that fucking old, nigga.
I'm just saying, I'm sure you had some kind of device. Kids are gonna hear music regardless of
I had
how
a
it is.
cassette player. I did have a cassette. Yeah,
Alright,
I did have a cassette.
Blow it up. Yeah.
Tell Monday what you need. We're creating an agent and
No.
naming him.
Boom. Let's go ahead and get back to it. Let's come on. Let's keep on listening. Let's go ahead and let it play out.
So I heard your claim about hip hop in your era has more positive messaging than this era.
Correct.
That is your claim. And I
Yes.
think that is irrefutably just wrong.
Tell
Incorrect.
me.
I think that we have way more examples in today's hip hop than back then. That is more. And like you said before in your previous point, that yes, you have some artists who originated, like your Tupacs per se. They may have originated and we took that and we expanded it upon so many aspects in the music.
Oh,
there's so many subgenres.
Please don't
within.
say
No, I'm not gonna say no Drake. I'm not gonna say no Kendrick. No,
and Cole.
You got XXXTentacion. You got Rod Wave. You have so many. You have Little Uzi Vert. There's so many different artists in today.
Did he just say little?
Yes, he did. He said Lil Uzi.
Did he just say?
Yep. I ain't got no words for that.
Yeah, shit.
Yes,
I ain't got no
XXXTentacion
words.
is exactly. If you actually listen
know.
to the music, when I first heard it, I was like, "What is this garbage? I'm not listening to this." And then after the man passed away, and actually took the time to listen to his songs, like
so
sad.
what's he share with like
Yeah. Some of the
convert
positive.
me.
What are some
are
of the
positive
messages
messages that are
a lot of why people in one, mind you, his album is still one of the most selling albums.
Matter of fact, watch this. This is the part that I wanted to ask you. So, all right. We all know the big three, J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick. We can even throw Drake in there or whatever. Who else? Who the positive rappers? Because he said Uzi Vert. He totally messed it up.
No.
If you were able to try your best to do it, who would you put in there? Is there anybody else? Because think about it. This is the main point that Lord Jamar is making. Back when we were coming up, we can just go down the line, bruh. Like it was effortless for us to name like most of us can name bare minimum 10. Like I'm talking about off the top of our head. That's not even giving us more time after, right? They seem to get stuck on just like their generation. If you think they get stuck on like 3, 4, 5, it's like
it's not even 4 and 5, bro. It's literally J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. I'm gonna throw one in there for him. I'm gonna throw him a bone. Lecrae.
I get where you're going with that. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. You see it.
Yeah, I'll give them Lecrae. I'll give them Lecrae.
There we go. Let's give them a little credit.
I'll give them Lecrae. That's still.
They don't want numbers as it is. They need all the numbers they can get.
Yeah, we'll give them Lecrae. That's just being nice about it.
And I'm genuinely thinking right now because I stay up to date on, and I'm really thinking like, who are outside of the people we know that we named those 4 or whatever. Nah, we can't give them Lupe. That's us.
Yeah, Lupe cannot be
Lupe us.
Yeah.
That's us. That's our side. I'm really trying to think of who I can give. Like, who can we give them? That actually would be the equivalent, not equivalent, but like on the same path, sound frequency of like the Most Def, the comments. What's my man name? Big Crit? Is that no, that's us. Shit.
Yep. You can't even give them Killer Mike,
bro. I keep trying.
You can't give them Killer Mike because that's us too.
That all of it, like I'm trying to go as far up as I can, bro. Who can I give them? That's a Gangsta, Most Def, all of that. A Nas. Who can I, outside of who we already named? That is tough, bro.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie. Lord Jamar crazy ass asked the dope. That's an awesome.
That's
question.
a dope question. Yeah, no, that is the question. That is the question.
Question, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how many do y'all have in comparison to us? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's keep on going.
Albums in today there, and the man died almost 10 years ago because his music was that impactful. When I actually listened to the kids around me who was listening to his music, and I actually got the message that they felt connected, that they didn't feel alone, that they didn't feel like they had to go do what ended up happening to him, getting killed. Like people who felt suicidal. That's the reasons why being more about mental health and the rappers who rapped about that type of stuff.
Definitely new generation. Way too much talking with the hand.
Is why that's so important in today's era. And we see more examples like it. Like, I don't know if you want to claim Joe Budden in your era or I'm gonna claim Joe Budden in my era. But even rappers like him who paved the way,
like on
rapping.
the cusp, I
Yeah,
guess.
so it's like,
he's
where do you
like,
want to?
yeah.
You have your Kid Cudis per se, who rapped about a lot of positive stuff and a lot of that mental health.
But see, okay. First of all this mental health shit is some new shit, right?
All right.
And a lot of that. Hang on.
No, it ain't new. It's just now being addressed.
Hang on. A lot of that, but hold on. A lot of that is because of the increase in pharmaceuticals and all of that type of shit, which will side effects include, feeling like a piece of shit, want to be suicidal, all of that type of shit, all of that type
I'm glad
of stuff.
he pointed that out.
And this
get in there. Say what you got to say. You got the floor.
No, I'm glad he pointed that out about the pharmaceuticals, because the thing is again, vibration, right?
Yeah.
So if if a vibration can be dumbed down, and like if any new school cats see this, understand that we're not dogging your generation, but sometimes you have to pull the layers back before you can see the core. When your vibration is thrown off, it has to be thrown off at its core to be able to be subdued. And so if I can't subdue you by way of music and the algorithm vibration, then I've got to get to the core of you and subdue that. And so I'm constantly having you in a perpetual cycle of, I'm not like this, I'm not like that, I'm not like him, I'm not like her, I'm not like them. Your vibration is thrown off because now you're not feeding out of yourself. You're trying to feed out of yourself into yourself instead of feeding from within to feed out. Again, the message, the influence, right? As I said, yo, keep your head up. That song alone kept me from having to sit there and go before a child therapist to talk about the fact that I don't like the fact that I don't have a father in the home. You get what I'm saying? So when we talk about like the actual, as Lord Jamar is talking about the pharmaceuticals is okay. I'm gonna give you this to deal with this, and it's gonna add on this, but it's okay because we got something to deal with that, and there's gonna be these other sub factors, but it's okay because we got something to deal with that. So we got something to deal with something that's always gonna create something to deal with something that never was to be dealt with in the first place, but it's gonna be dealt with because we instituted it and it threw off the vibration.
So let me just go ahead and tell you my personal view on this whole fix my headphones. So let me tell you my view on this whole medical pharmaceutical thing. You're on to something right there. I'm gonna make it more simplified. The one thing that the others never want us to be able to do is to tap back in. Spiritual and everything. And these medications, it's a reason why medicines like Thorazine and Alavil and Ritalin just be knocking our brains out, because it is to keep you from being able to spiritually tap back in. It's certain things they don't want you to be able to go back and, because they know we've always been able to go back inside of ourselves and see certain things that actually are true and real. They don't want you to harness that power. So that's why majority of our children, us included as the parents growing up now as the generation who came from the days of Ritalin, Clonidine, Wellbutrin, and all of these other medications, right? Okay. All right. Right. Alavil, you name it. That's why they was giving that to us. They was giving it to us primarily for that purpose. Now you would call it, oh no, because they can't focus. And then we do a study and find out, no, well, actually it's truly the way that the classroom is designed. Children have too much energy, period. That has nothing to do with the ADHD. And they will throw that smack on the child, me, you, and the rest of us. I got hit with it too. I got hit with the whole ADHD thing. Come to find out, no, I just learned hands-on. So here it is, as we're growing up learning, we're being put on medication saying, well, if you can't take the actual sitting down in class, then something has to be wrong with you. But yet, while we were growing up simultaneously, there was a study done that shows that kids learn 3 different ways: audio, visual, hands-on. And they did not want to put the money into the school systems to make sure that they have enough to diversitize what it was and how. So all of the audio kids, come over here. All you hands-oners, come over here. Right, exactly.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
they just said, fuck that shit. We just gonna give you shitty lunches. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we're gonna go ahead and put everybody into one type of learning style. And then those of you who don't excel in that, we're gonna go ahead and put you on medication because we're gonna say that you have ADHD.
HD. Yeah.
That's how that worked. But let's
Yep.
keep on rocking out. Like, you smell me now?
Oh no, we locked in.
It's all the way. Let's get it.
Society that you live in now
normalizes.
Yes, they
This is the last conversation right here. We almost done.
they want you to feel like something's wrong with you. You understand what I'm saying? So I get that an artist out there who makes people feel connected is a positive thing, but I don't know. That's not necessarily the kind of positivity I was talking about.
Would you say Meek Mill's positive?
Meek Mill?
Meek Mill. When he raps about where he came from and about showing what people who came from where he came from can have what he has.
No.
You don't think that's
not-
positive.
see, that's what I'm saying.
You
That's-
say Lupe
to me,
Fiasco's
that's
positive?
fake. Lupe Fiasco can rap. I don't know.
Hold on. Lord, what are you about to say?
Oh, see, you gotta give me some.
He has messaging.
Give me what?
Lupe is definitely in that realm.
Yep.
Definitely.
Ben.
Man, bruh, kick push. Bruh, hip hop saved my life. Are you like I can go down the line like nah, I listen to Lupe. Like,
yep.
Are we playing right now? Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
he bugging.
Lord. Come on,
He
Lord.
bugging.
Come on.
Lord,
You
get him.
bugging on that one. Lupe is definitely in the Hall of Fame. He's definitely in Hall of Fame.
Yep.
What are they?
Yep. Lupe
Y'all are
Fiasco?
not telling me what the messages are.
From Lupe Fiasco?
Yes.
Well, you have the Fahrenheit, what is it, 9/11, where he's rapping about all the different conspiracies and things going on, waking people up to real knowledge about what's.
See, real quick, I hear it. This is where we got to recognize he's going to be given his own bias. And that's the problem I got right now. Because you're not doing us a favor, OG. Okay?
Yeah.
You need to step outside of, all right, listen, I think he's responding on him personally. I wouldn't play him. So he's saying it like that. Because it's like, bro, it's no possible way you can't tell me that Lupe is not like a freaking like Chicago nigga that's like the third Outcast member, bro.
Yeah,
that's the third.
Yeah.
That's the third. Like, tell me if I'm lying, bro.
No,
That's
you're
the
not
third
lying. You're not lying
Outcast
on that.
member,
No,
bruh.
yeah, for real. For
On
real.
some real shit, dog. Have y'all heard Mural? Anyway,
goodness.
type in Lupe Fiasco Mural. Anyway, I digress. My mic is muted.
Happening in the world.
See, I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, I'm
right
just saying
there.
that's out there.
Now, so give me something that I need to. Okay, here's homework right now for y'all. If y'all were trying to convert me to say,
It's pretty hard to tell that I'm AI, right?
No, I don't want to tell nothing. I just want you to go ahead, get off my screen, and let me go ahead and boom.
all era has positive messages, what would be your playlist that you would suggest someone like me should listen to so I could be like, you know what? Oh, you know what? There is more shit.
That's a dope question. You know who does not get brought up, who also is absolutely phenomenal, and I gotta give it to him. And he gives you a good blend of both. Joyner Lucas.
Yes. No, you brought him up earlier.
I have
you brought him
no
up earlier.
clue. I
Bro.
have no. Yeah, why is he not mentioned, bro? Why
Bro.
nobody talks about Joyner? That man is phenomenal. Phenomenal, bro.
You know who made me go in? Okay, I'm gonna put this out there. You know who made me go and see if Will Smith was dropping a new movie?
Man, Will, come on, man.
Joyner
Will,
Lucas.
I already know Joyner Lucas. That song.
Joyner
Will.
Lucas. When
Man,
he
brought-
dropped
hey, listen,
that
was the
track.
best- that was the best Will Smith verse I've ever heard outside
Oh
of
my
summertime.
gosh.
Outside
I
of
wanted like Will.
summertime.
Oh my God.
on,
I'm feeling
man.
like Will. oh my gosh.
I'm hip. I'm hip. I'm hip.
Oh
I'm
my
very hip.
gosh,
Oh,
bro.
I'm very
That
hip.
actually just gave me chills. That actually just gave
Yeah,
me
bro.
chills. Because
Like
bro, Jonah
nobody
Lucas
mentions Joyner.
is
Joyner, bro.
he not from this time for this time. That's I
Bruh,
remember
he
sending
is
I remember
nice.
when he did that will track and I sent it to one of my colleagues at work at the time. And I said, this brother is not from this time. If they said, what does a time traveler look like? It's Jonah Lucas.
Bruh, that man is nice, bruh. Like I never like I
Oh
have
my
no clue why
goodness.
no one talks about. I have no clue, bruh. And he's not that much underground. Like he got shit
No,
out there.
he
He got shit out there.
is
Matter
for
of fact, matter of
everybody.
fact, matter of fact, he had a battle against Tory Lanez.
Yes, he did.
You
Yes, he
remember
did.
that? You
Yeah.
hear it? Yeah,
And I did not pick, I'm from
Yep.
Toronto.
Battle
I'm
against Tory Lanez.
Tory. I got your back, and I did not pick you to win against Jonah Lucas. I'm
No
sorry.
bullshit, bruh. Like that
Real
shit.
talk.
That shit was alright, bruh.
I was just like, Tory,
What?
I don't know who put you up to this, but I hope you got a good payday because that's all you're gonna get out of this is make some money.
Right.
Just make some money and go home because this ain't the one. He ain't not the one.
What? All I gotta say is you sound like Rapper the Raptor.
That like,
Well, this
give me a playlist.
There's a great artist. His name is Pharrell. He made a song called Happy. You might want to start there.
I made
Is that your era? My era.
That's my era.
Oh, you claiming everybody.
Pharrell did the remix to one of my songs. To one, Don't Let It Go to Your Head.
Wait a minute. Did they just claim Pharrell?
Yes, they did. They claim Pharrell as their generation, even
How
though
did
that
they
happy
claim
track
Pharrell?
is before 2015, I believe. So I don't think they can really claim that.
Are we playing right now?
Because I'm happy. Yeah, no, they can't claim that.
Hold on. So obviously they have nothing. They have no recognition of something called Neptunes. It was called
Oh,
Neptunes.
No,
Yeah, that
they
was
don't.
long before I'm Happy.
Yeah.
Neptunes. Hold on. They have no recollection recollection of how they brought out the clips.
Yep.
Pusha T, and you know what I'm saying? Like, are we playing right now? Like, could we stop it?
Yeah, no.
I worked with early Pharrell.
Okay.
So
Go ahead. What was you saying?
No. I was agreeing with everything you were rocking there.
Yeah, man,
They can't
that's
claim it.
crazy.
They
Hey,
can't
like,
claim it.
no. I'm happy. So basically, that's where y'all start. Y'all started. I'm happy. No, it was called Neptunes. Yeah, you know the same V sign y'all be looking at me at. Yeah,
Yep.
he did the actual Star Trek. I don't do that because I tucked the thumb. They actually had the thumb out. They did the real Star Trek. Does anybody remember?
Yeah.
But you know what? You can have them because the shit he do now ain't really our era type of shit. Actually, he was a pioneer of your era.
Absolutely.
But he,
We say Andre 3000 is positive?
yeah,
Your
I
era,
would.
my era.
My era. He's definitely my era.
He did not just try to claim Andre.
He's trolling. He's trolling.
No, yeah, he's
He's trolling,
tweaking.
bro. He's trolling, bro. He's trolling. I can't take you like come on. You got it. Come on. At least keep it realistically serious. I can understand if it listen, you know who I can understand if he tried to claim Drake.
Mm. Oh yeah, no, yeah, they
That's
can
you
claim
see
him.
what I'm saying? I could see them claiming Drake, trying to
Drake is their bridge over troubled water. They get a pass with Drake
You see
because
what
he
I'm
really
saying?
was the
But it's
crossover
like,
for them.
You really playing with Spottyadocious? I can't even say it. But you already come on.
Yep.
You really playing with Aquemini. You really playing with Wheels of Steel. You really playing with Millennium. You don't. Yeah.
Yes.
You really playing with two dope boys in the Cadillac?
Oh.
Like, do we need to stop?
Outcast?
Outcast? Come on.
I'm from the 90s, so.
Huh?
That's not you then. Because the heart of that shit. Anyway.
Huh? We were on the same label. Like, huh?
I'm a boss.
See, and that's what I said. All you can say is about getting money. But that's not the most positive thing you can do in the world.
But education?
How about being healthy? Oh, you dead prez. Be healthy.
Royce the 5'9"?
Royce the 5'9"?
Nah, that's a decent one. He got one.
Yeah.
Is he really your era?
Mid 2000s?
No, I'm talking about lyrical. No, that's not his era.
Late 2000s? When was his
okay?
More of his catalog is from the later 2000s, 2010s.
He talking about when they came out. Shit.
Yeah.
That's a good chess move. Good chess move. I gotta give it to him. I gotta be honest with it.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's right. He's right.
Who?
Yes, you have Corday, you have your JIDs out there.
Listen, as you know, seriously, like if y'all could write down
the name of the artist,
I'm going off of how I know how old the actual artist is, not when they came out. I gotta keep in mind when they did become hot too. That's a whole nother factor.
Name of the artist and some songs. I'd really appreciate that. And maybe that could be part of something y'all will post. Maybe their playlist or something like that.
Put it in the description.
Their recommendation.
Wale.
I like Wale.
Shout out to the DMV.
His last album is amazing. And there's a lot of
I only really hear his singles, but I think he's dope.
Yeah.
I like him.
There's a lot of that in there.
And when he rhymes for girls, I like how he does it. It's not as it's respectful. It's not as super sexual as a lot of these motherfuckers.
Exactly. He knows how to be artistic with. He's a poet.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But no, there's so many different artists that you could pull from back then. And I think not to say that your artist, like your era, didn't have it. I just think that
Wale was a good one because that is his time. That's right on time. Yeah.
Era has so few amongst them that stood out. Because for every one artist that you could point to, we could point to maybe your Vanilla Ices. You had those corporate.
No, he did.
What? Vanilla Ice? You can't incorporate him into this conversation. Does he? He don't need his bro. That's when you're trying to be smart.
Oh hell no!
You can't incorporate Vanilla Ice into that. That's no. It doesn't fit the mold.
Anything that we think about when it comes to hip hop and or rap, where does he fit in?
Vanilla Ice is like the Backstreet Boys. What is this guy talking about? Like, I'll be honest. I don't even. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth, bro. You know what? I hate this data.
Do you know who gets more respect than Vanilla Ice? The freaking Beastie Boys. You was better off saying that.
Yes.
You was better off saying that.
Yes.
If you wanted to go there, if you really knew your shit.
Yes.
You better off saying the Beastie Boys.
No, nobody considered Vanilla Ice hip hop though. Like
nothing, bro.
He was pop.
That's crazy. You know who else actually was more hip hop than Vanilla Ice? Watch this. I'm really about to take y'all there. Snow, Informer.
Informer.
That was more hip hop than Vanilla Ice, bro.
Yo, shout out to Snow. Last time I saw him was literally 6 years ago.
I had the album, bro. That takes me back. That takes me back to a 1990 Christmas, bro. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. That takes me. I got the CD for Christmas, bro, with some Dracar cheap ass cologne and some other shit. But I was loving that. I swear.
Oh, that was,
bro. Lonely Monday Morning, all that shit, bro. Lady with the red dress on. I actually really used to play that White Boys album. Come to find out, his ass is from Connecticut. It was the wildest shit.
Yep.
He's from Connecticut,
bro. And then after
Connecticut,
and after time settled in Toronto, bro.
Man, that shit
yeah,
crazy.
Bro.
Yeah. Then he got his Canadian roots and all. Yeah, I'm hip. Let's get back to it, man. Yeah, you already know. I'm a real live retro. We got like 1 more minute left on it.
What was the Hammer?
I already said that my era
It
Of
had
course,
that.
it
Yeah,
had a bunch
yeah,
of bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
All eras is gonna have that.
But the
what
cream of
I'm
the crop is
saying,
what
we
stands
had
out.
more of the cream of the crop. We had more of the talented, lyrical, conscious type artists in my era. Absolutely.
I don't think so, because the only reason why it kind of goes back to your other point about popularity contests, I think that artists today have more to compete with in the age of the internet era, because not only are you competing with the rest of the internet, you're competing with other social media apps as well. So you have to have some form of talent to stand out. Yes, like your point you said, you can buy bots, but that does not lead to lasting artists.
Right, but what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be musical talent. You could be a funny motherfucker.
But that won't last.
Huh?
That won't last. I know what you're saying, like those people who are celebrities and streamers and things like that, who are actor who go and make music. Like, yeah, but that doesn't last, doesn't lead to a successful career.
There's somebody by the name of Drewski.
Somebody like a little Uzi Vert who's lasted for so many years, 10 plus years in the game is not your.
Why does he keep saying little Uzi Vert? Like, why do you keep mentioning this guy?
I'm just glad he didn't. I'm just glad he didn't pick on YSL and them boys, and, Young Thug and those boys. As long as he didn't say that, I'm good.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot to say about Young Thug. If you don't have any problems with pink locks in a skirt, in a pink tennis skirt, on somebody who's supposed to be of a slimy type of gang, yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. Maybe we need to have later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. About that one, bro. Because definitely, yeah. But let's get back to it. Let's go ahead and finish it out.
Rapper.
Okay.
And he started from the internet.
And now
Migos started from the internet.
I mentioned somebody like a Gucci Mane.
Exactly.
Okay. To where he's just a dude with money. He's a fucking drug dealer with money and motherfucker, and he became popular because of that. He don't rhyme.
I still stand on it. Gucci actually has bars. I gotta give.
No, yeah, Gucci got he got talent.
Bars.
He got talent. He got skill. He got know-how.
He actually can rhyme, bro. Now I gotta give it to Gucci on that. He's southern, but he can rhyme, bro. Gotta give it to him.
But he put so many artists on.
Yes, he did. But he don't rhyme. He's not talented.
I appreciate your time, brother.
You
appreciate
too, bro.
Are you interested in being?
All right, boom. There we go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Now, but what's your thoughts on this, man? Before we go ahead and get ready to get on up out of
knock out your mic.
Oh, shoot. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, brother.
What the? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You still on the silent?
Hold on. Nah, that's on your side because I can hear myself.
We 3 hours strong. His StreamYard was like, nope, you ain't got no more to say.
Listen, bro, I can hear you. Shoot, I don't want to just. Let me type. Look, I'm going to type this in here. Hold on. I'm going to type this in here. Give me 1 second. I can't hear you. All right, I can hear you. All right, so hold on. Boom. It's on your end. All right, boom. All right. So are you good? Can you, I don't know. Hello, mic check. Let me see something. It sounds like all right. Yeah, it's your end. It's your end, bro. So just letting you know. But anyway, we're gonna give my man a second because I at least want to try to give you a second to go ahead and give your final words. Let's go ahead and see if he gives his final words. Nope, my man dropped off. Let me go ahead and do this right here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Listen, so on this one right here, there you go, right there. I about to say, mic check. Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, because I couldn't. Yeah, I was trying my best. What's your but what's your thoughts on the show in its entirety as far as like, just your thoughts, how we came up when it comes to hip hop, music, the whole everything, and whatever you have to say while we end it up.
This is my closing thoughts, right? And this is for the young bucks, right? When you look at the innovation of hip hop and the ability to tell a story, provide a message, give a lasting impact, hit people in their core to pull them out of something and speak life into them. I think that this generation lacks that. And this is how I know this generation lacks that. And this is exactly where I'm going to land my plane. In our generation, you could try to duplicate KRS-One, The Roots. You could try to duplicate it, LL Cool J. But you could never manipulate LL Cool J with AI. You could never manipulate Big with AI. You could never manipulate KRS-One with AI. Matter of fact, if those brothers were competing against the AI today, I think the AI would get frustrated. Whereas in this generation, like you never had a robot back then get $1 million record deal. That's how I know not just the message is gone. There is no message in the majority of today's artists. There's no ingenuity in a lot of today's artists, so much so that you can create a prompt and your prompt can get a record deal. I was actually thinking about this the other day. So I think that this generation, do they have moments of inspiration? 100%. Do they have people that they can lean on, as in a Kendrick Lamar and as in a J. Cole? And there's a few other names. There are a few other names, and transparently, it's a really short list across a lot of the genres, but especially when you look at hip hop. So this generation has a gap that is left to be desired, and AI is winning the case. And until this generation answers that, I don't think they're in the position. I think it was Louis Farrakhan that said at one point, I don't think they're in the moral position to be able to argue this. This is not their fight. And I land my plane there.
Yeah. My bad. I was on mute. God dang it. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah. I'm up here talking. Okay. The main thing that I noticed on my final words is that when we were coming up, if you notice also too, they still do it here and there, but it's nowhere near enough, nowhere near as enough. But also, if they do have a sample, do you know what I noticed in our peep? I noticed in our peep that the sample beat came from somebody that's probably our generation as their producer.
Yes.
9 times out of 10, that's somebody around our age that's doing the beat or something like that for like a King Von or whoever, or like a Kodak Black or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, when we were coming up, we would sample a lot of old school stuff. And I'm only saying that to say like how we actually made the connection and the reverence to that came before us. And again, like I said, unfortunately, we are so quick to throw everything away and say it's old just because it's like a year or something older. Heck, it could be 2 weeks and people will say it's old. Like it's like once I've heard it 2-3 times and a couple people talked about it. That's old. It's like, oh wow. So it's like, we just throw everything away. But I do love that discussion that went down. So yeah, that was dope right there. And again, everybody, y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to the real say it again.
The real podcast.
The real podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the real podcast. All right. And you spell that
DAREAL.
There you go. Podcast. Much respect. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go ahead and end it off with some tunes. Thank you for coming through, brother. I appreciate
much love. Always.
Let's go ahead and get it.
Mr. 7 on the jacket, sharp tongue, I digress. My mic is muted in the system, still they feel me through the stress. Never turn my back on family, on the ones that held me close. I was standing in the crossfire, turn that pressure into growth. You can change the way you move, I won't bend to every trend. Took a hit, kept on pushing, wiped the blood, grabbed the pen. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Yeah. I took a hit, kept on pushing, made the doubt disappear. Never turn my back on those I love, that's etched in my skin. You can change, but I won't, I don't fold, I begin. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Hey, even when my mic is muted, they gon' hear me in the air. Peace sign up, that salute. Third eye, wide that view. I was quiet in the room, but my scars all spoke the truth. Did the dirt, did the healing, now I'm guarding what I earned. Every lesson in the ashes, every bridge that had to burn. You can chase a quick image, I just chase a clearer mind. I don't grow into pretending, I grow solid over time, yeah. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Took a hit, kept on pushing, made the doubt disappear. Never turn my back on those I love, that's etched in my skin. You can change, but I won't, I don't fold, I begin. Mr. 7 still here, still here, still here. Even when my mic is muted, they gon' feel me when it's clear.
My father once told me, "Son, you see silence? Silence is power. Never explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Never waste time proving your worth to those who can't see it. Stay silent, stay focused, and let your success be the loudest response." He taught me that not everyone deserves an explanation, and not every battle is worth fighting. Some people will twist your words, no matter how carefully you speak. Some will doubt you, no matter how hard you prove yourself. That's why silence is a weapon. Because when you stop talking and start doing, the results speak for themselves. So let them doubt you. Let them question you. Let them misunderstand you. It's not your job to convince them. Your only job is to keep moving forward, to keep building, to keep proving them wrong without ever saying a word. Because in the end, words fade, but success, that's undeniable.
My mic is muted.